welcome to our coverage of the Canada National T20 Championship at King City, Ontario. You're joining us today, witnessing game between Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Manitoba has won the toss and entered the bat. Let's start the action. My name is Rupert. I'll be here for the first ball. Comes the ball delivers. Pushed up, driven to covers, no runs. Change pitch today. Original pitch. The umpires decided that it wasn't fit to remove the ball and on field. We are hoping it plays for them. And for the second ball. And it's a beautiful drive to covers. It should get him all the way to four. Fielder gives chase. Cut it up just before the boundary. 2 runs. Let's say no light much. Let's say no light much. Ball number 3. Once again to covers. Sorry, to mid off. The bowler is Samad Anwar. Coming in for his 4th ball. Let's have the off. It seemed to have some bunks in it today. Much different than the one we saw yesterday where everything kept low. The bowler seemed to he was able to extract some light out of that pitch, which should make it a little bit more interesting than the low we had yesterday. Before I said too much about the bounce, I will say it's a very tall bowler, so maybe it was his height that enabled the bounce. Let's see how it progressed today. And here it comes for his 5th ball, being delivers. And it's a lofted drive, but it's going to hang in mid off, and he's out caught. A really breakthrough here. He just threw the bat at that ball. And we have our first look at the pitch. First over, first wicket. 2 runs on the board. And Manitoba has lost his first wicket. It wasn't a very convincing shot. He just pushed his bat at the ball and made poor contact, ballooned the mid off for a simple catch. Two bars in the package. New batsman at the crease, facing the last ball of the over. Bowler is coming from a very long run up. Will have the confidence of picking up an early wicket. Here comes on one. He delivers and his play down pass point, picks up a single. Just guided pass point, picked up a single. End of the over. End of the first over. 3 runs coming off it with a loss of 1 wicket. It's a bright, beautiful day in King City, Ontario. Sun is shining, blue skies, no hint of rain. Looks like it's going to be another warm day outside today. The players have been going at it for 5 days straight. Fatigue, you can see some of the players walking a little gingerly, carrying niggles that have to persevere in a tournament like this. Some of the players have traveled from the Eastern Province, made their way to Ontario, playing this Canadian National T20 Championship. Right now we have Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Manitoba winning the toss, electing to bat, has lost an early wicket. And for the second over, bowler is doing a few stretches as the batsman check the field, taking quite a bit of time in between the overs, trying to get everything right. Here he comes for his first ball, delivers, plays the covers, no runs. The new batsman is Muaskali. Manitoba is 3 for 1. Oh, and right away he's trying to trick shot. He's attempted a scoop. Very early to take risk, but he is taking risk. Play and a miss. That's all the bowler. Here he comes, delivers. And once again tries to scoop. This time it works. It's 4 runs. Over the keeper's head for 4. The batsman is showing right away that he's willing to take the chances. And he was rewarded this time with a 4. There's no one at fine leg. There's no man and third man. He's finding an inventive ways of scoring early in this inning. Fuller delivers, and once again an attempt to scoop shot. This time it popped up just short of the fielder. Batsman living dangerously here. Looks spectacular when you pull it off, but sometimes it's some of the ugliest ways to get out. But the batsman is willing to take that chance. Bowler delivers, beats him outside the off stump. Doing a quick pitch inspection, but from the early indication, the pitch seems to be playing just fine. We should see some decent scoring if the wicket holds up like this. Fayalin delivers outside the off stump. Another attempt to scoop. Seems like that's his favorite shot. End of the over. 7 for 1 after 2 overs. And we're already seeing some risk taken. And if that's the way that Manitoba plays their game, we might be in for some entertainment here. Always looking to score. From early indication, they're always looking to score. We look like we already have a change of bowling. We're only 2 overs in, but it seems like it's taken an extraordinary amount of time in between overs. Slow pace of the game. Quick introduction of spin to the attack. The pace bowler only bowling the solitary first over, picked up a wicket, but he's been replaced by spin on the pavilion end. Slow start to the game. Here comes Imran. Pitches it up. Batsman not very interested, just waved the bat at it, not actually attempting to play the ball. Pitched up again. Played calmly back to the bowler. Imran delivers. Played towards cover, no runs. Outside the off stump. Missed hit goes to mid wicket, no runs. Left alone outside the off stump. Batsman has no interest in going after that ball. Imran in for his 5th ball of the inning. Pitches it up, drive straight to cover fielder, no runs. Sedate start to this game. Early wickets. We did see a scoop shot, but not much going on right now. Not a quick start. We do have a fielder that seemed to have injured himself. Last cover fielder is holding his hand, might have gotten a cut from the ball. We do have medical staff on hand here as he makes his way over to the first aid tent. St. John's Ambulance is providing the medical service. Yes, there is an injury. The game is held up slightly because of injury to the fielder here. Yeah, sorry. If ever assume the finger cut to the player's hands, being tended to the medical staff right now. Third over of the game, cut through pass point, picks up a single. Bowler in delivers, and it plays it through the. Oh, nicely field. The ball was just to the right of the mid-off fielder, but he did well to cut it off. Only one picked up. Outside the off stump, left alone, wide signal by the umpire. Play is just being tended by the medical staff here. One of those free cricket injuries where routine pick up of the ball leads to a cut of the hands. Bowler delivers outside the off stump, beaten by the batsman, beaten. Looks like he just hang the bat out there. One slip in place, one slip in catching position. Manitoba batting, currently 10 for 1. Way into the fourth over. The slow current rate is only 2.79 over. You can look for him to pick it up a bit. Outside the off, he plays it to the fielder at point, no runs. Hits sharply, but straight to the fielder. Manitoba is not taking advantage of the power play here. Only 2 fielders are allowed out, but we haven't seen them trying to take advantage of that. At the moment, just trying to knock the ball around. Not very successful right now. Bowler in delivers, and he's in position quickly, and he scoops it over. Should run up for 4. This seems to be his favorite scoring region. He's played that shot a number of times, and whenever he connects, he does get 4. But it's a high risk shot, but that seems to be his region of scoring. The fielders, we have a man in deep cover, but he's not hitting down the ground. Now we have a fine leg in place with a scoop shot that the batsman seems to favor. FD backward his mark and runs into goal. Short outside the off stump, left alone. Seems to generate a good amount of pace here. Wickets seem to be playing through. After the fourth over, it's 14 for 1. Spin back on the bowling lane, ready for his second over. Started off with pace ball. He was quickly changed for the spin attack. But right now, Manitoba is not scoring at a very brisk rate and have lost an early wicket. Saskatchewan also has a fielder off in the medical booth right now being tended to. It looked like a routine pickup in covers, but somehow ended up with a cut on his finger. And here we have a big hit straight to the boundary. And he's hit the top of the pavilion. Looked very effortless. Just stepped out, and there's a lofted shot right on the top of the pavilion here. That looked not a good sign for Saskatchewan. Because that looks like it's something that he's used to doing. It was effortless. It was deposited on top of the pavilion. Imran delivers. Oh, this time he pops it straight up. The keeper is waiting and is taken by the keeper. Attempted to get around on a ball that was not short enough. After playing a brilliant shot down the ground, he tried to get around and the ball just wasn't short enough for the cross-batted effort, and he popped it up to the keeper. Second wicket down, 20 for 2. After playing such a beautiful shot down the ground, he followed up trying to go across the line to a ball that was not as short as he anticipated, and it resulted in a simple catch to the keeper. Saskatchewan would have to like how this game is progressing at the moment. Manitoba is off to a slow start and have lost 2 wickets within the power play. Imran Barker is top of his mark, and we have a new batsman in. The new batsman is Shivam. Shivam to face his first ball. Played to mid-off, straight to the fielder, no run. Solidly stroked to the mid-off. Here comes Imran, delivers. And once again, he finds a gap between cover and mid-off. Mid-off gives chase. Down to the boundary, stop it just before the boundary line. And they pick up 3. Good running between the wicket. "23 for 2. Imran delivers. Batsman beaten outside the off stump. Rashu seemed to miss a lot of balls outside the off stump, but he has scored a couple of nice looking scoop shots. But things outside the off stump, either left alone or he gets beaten outside the off. Pace continues on the street end. FD to continue. Slip has been replaced. Vacant slip position now. We have a third man. We have a man at point. We have a man at fine leg. No one on slips. FD delivers and is played to cover for a quick single. Good running between the wicket there. Fielding covers a little deep just to push the cover and pick up a quick single. And he glances it back with a square. Fielder gives chase. Picks up 2 runs. We now have 2 fielders in place for Vasu's favorite scoop shot. We now have a man at fine leg, man deep at third man. It would not be wise for him to attempt that stroke. Here comes FD. And it's driven straight to covers, no run. Saskatchewan has made the adjustment to discourage that stroke. If he plays it, he would have to play it flawlessly to clear both the fielders in the deep behind the keeper here. Here comes FD, delivers, and he dabs it down. Third man fields. Only a single. FD in, and he plays it back to the bowler, no runs. FD in delivers, and 4 defensive back to the bowler again. Tidy over this. The injured player is still being tended to. Medical staff paying close attention to him. It wasn't anything extraordinary on a cricket field, just looked like a routine pickup. But the position of the seam probably injured his fingers, so we have a change of bowling again. We have Manjeet, number 7, coming from the pavilion end. Vasu has been at the crease for the longest right now. He should be settled. Manjeet delivers and has cut through covers. There's a man in the deep, cuts up the boundary, picks up a single. For a moment there, I didn't see the person in the deep. I thought it was going for 4. Manjeet eating to shiv him, and it's driven firmly but straight to the fielder. No runs. Shivam drives again. This time he finds a gap. There's a man in the deep, cuts it off, only a single. Delivers, uses his piece well. Bowler stops it with his boot. Good stop. Vasu has faced 19 balls, so he's been there for a bit. Sweep. No one in that position. And then races away. Fielder gives chase. Cannot catch up to it. Goes all the way for 4. He has done well behind the keeper. He's done the scoop now. We've seen a little paddle sweep. Picks up runs. He's not a big man, but he's using a lot of fine touches in his game. He's not using a lot of powers, a lot of delicate touches. Very inventive. Here comes delivers. And this time he drives nicely past cover. Picks up a single. Mm-hmm. 34 for 2. Manitoba is going along at a decent rate, but I wouldn't consider it a fast rate. Another change of bowling. Looks like we're going to have spin from both ends. Can they up the scoring rate here? Vasu is batting at 19 off 21 balls. And Shivam, 5 off 7 balls. So Wave in, delivers. And driven back to the bowler, no runs. Zeroed in for a second ball. Played back to the bowler again. $34 for 2. We're in the 7th over. Zero delivers, tossed up. Full pitch driven to mid-off. Picks up a single. There's a man deep down there. I should say long off. So into Shivam, and he goes hard. There's no one going to stop that. Very well hit. 6 runs. Nice lofted drive. Cleanly hit. There's no one. The moment he left the bat, no fielder was in play. $41 for 2. Manitoba, we're looking to up the rate here. We're no longer in the power play. There's now 4 men out in the deep. There's a hold up in play as the umpires inspect the ball after that. There was no change of ball. It must be still fit to play. So we have to continue. Zob into Shivam. Turned down the leg side. There's a man there. It beats him. They can get 2 here. They're looking to go for the 3rd run. Shivam says no. Picked up 2 runs there. There was a fielder, put in a good effort, but in the end, couldn't stop that. Zoeb in delivers, and Shivam strokes it past him. Should get a single. Zoeb first over going for 10 runs. As Shivam is now at score 14 after 10 balls. Right away, you can see that the rate of scoring has started to increase. We're now at 44 for 2 after 8 overs. Bashu, who's been there for a while, he's currently batting on 20. We've seen he has the ability to play a lot of the what's called cheeky shots, and we see the power from the other end from Shivam. What can he give us here now? Manjit to Shivam. Toss up, and Shivam drives through the vacant position here, picks up a single, man at long off fields. Manjit to Vasu. Vasu uses the piece nicely. Played it down to the long on, only a single. The batsmen are rotating the strike, making use of every ball now. Manjit in. And Shivam hits it hard, but it's the men in the deep. Only a single. But they are getting a run of ball. And they're keeping the scoreboard ticking. Wonderful rotation of the strike here. And once again, Vasu uses his feet to the ball, picks up another single. We're seeing some good batting here, ladies and gentlemen. The tempo, Manitoba has upped the tempo and starting to score a little more freely now. Manjit to Shivam. And Shivam goes forward defensive. Dot ball. Manjit delivers, and Shivam plays forward past the cover fielder, picks up a single. Looking for two, but Vasu said no. 5 runs coming out that over. Batsmen didn't take a lot of risk at all in that over, but they managed to keep the scoreboard ticking. The run rate is slowly starting to increase as Manitoba looks to put up a total on the board. We're currently at 49 for 2. And the wicket hasn't sprung any surprises. Looks like a well-behaved wicket here. Zoeb to continue. Into Shivam. Shivam plays it back to the bowler. No runs. Shivam has some long leapers and we've seen him use it. Are we going to see some big shots down the ground? Here comes Zoeb. Tosses up and Shivam drive it back to the bowler. Another dot ball. Zoeb to Shivam. And Shivam goes lofted drive. Fielder's not going to get there. 4 runs. Fielder put in a good dive, but in the end, was struck well. Couldn't get there. 4 runs. Well played by Shivam. Lofted drive there. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just used good timing. And ball raced to the boundary for 4. Unfortunately, Injured players require further medical attention. Ambulance is on the scene. So it continues. And Shivam tries to go hard. This time he pops it up. The man in point is settling under it and it takes a comfortable catch. Shivam goes. It's always unfortunate to see an ambulance showing up at a cricket game, but I'm sure it's with an abundance of caution. It looked like a simple pickup of cricket ball resulted in the injury of the player. Now we have ambulance on the scene. It is distracting to see someone in medical distress in the middle of the game. Not pleasant to see an ambulance when you're out here having fun. It's a bit of an interruption as batsman changes and ambulance locates 10 to the player. So if they continue, so it delivers, driven through covers, picks up a single. Have a new batsman at the crease. New batsman is Jatinder, number 12. Left-handed batsman, powerful looking man. Is this the heavy hitter of the ball here? So again, forward defensive, cautious looking, eyes on the ball always. A little bit of a somber mood as an ambulance is seen tending to the players, so as expected, players from all the games around are a bit distracted by seeing an ambulance at the venue. I assure you, it's an injury to the hand, but there's an abundance of cautions being shown by the first responders here. Call for an ambulance to make sure the player is attended to properly. Samad, who bowled the first over to replace Majid, we have pace back on the pavilion end. Adjustment to the field, here we go. Samad into Vasu. Vasu's been there for a while, seems to enjoy the pace more on the spin. Plays it for a quick single. He reacted slowly to Jatinder moving on him here. It wasn't a very good call between the wicket. They would want to work that out as they cannot afford any mix-up at this point. They've already lost 3 wickets. The score is 55.3. 10 overs is gone. They need to up the scoring rate, and they can't afford to have any mix-up trying to take a quick single. Some inspection of the pitch going on, but I can assure you it's been a well-behaved pitch today. Ball has been bouncing at a predictable height, not staying low as yesterday's pitch. Samad in, and it's driven to the mid-off. In for another quick single shot of the stumps, hits the wicket, but the batsman was already in. Samad going back to his mark as the umpire fixed the wicket. Manitoba is at 56 for 3, 10 overs gone. Samad to pursue. Samad pitches it up, hit the mid wicket, no runs. Samad going for a very long run up, turns, races in to pursue. On the leg, flicked away, back was square, picks up a single. Manitoba is just stroking the ball around, not taking a lot of risk here. We've seen some inventive shot from Vasu earlier on, but once the fielders will drop deep, he did not attempt, didn't take them on. It's batting sensibly here. Jatinder facing his third ball, and he plays it towards point, no runs. He looks like he watches the ball very closely at the crease here. Concentration looks spot on. You can see it's a batsman that pays attention to what he's doing. Seems meticulous at the crease as he rehearses his shot. Waits as Samad turns. And plays past the bowler. Should go for 4, well hit. Beautiful shot, 4 runs. He did not overswing on that ball, just got in position and leaned into the shot. Went all the way for 4. 61 for 3. It's from the look of the setup of Jatinder, he looks like a batsman now who's scoring his runs at a really brisk pace, playing proper cricket shots. October currently at 61 for 3. The batsman's natural approach looked like he's a stroke maker, and I think the run rate will naturally goes up if he remains at the crease. So we have to continue. He's in for his second over. First over wasn't very successful. What can he do here? Basu is 25 after 30 balls. He's been here for a while. So if in delivers, and Basu plays a beautiful sweep shot. Should go for 4. Goes all the way for 4. 4 runs. Run rate is steadily increasing now. It's a good progression of the Manitoba inning, 65 for 3. We're playing 20 overs here. Manitoba trying not to get bogged down in the middle overs, and so far they're successful. Saskatchewan looking for their 4th wicket. But I can tell you the pair of the crease looks a bit on the ominous side for Saskatchewan. They will do well to try to break this partnership, because this partnership looks, earlier on, this partnership already looks threatening. If they don't break this partnership, we can see a decent total being posted on the board. Bashu has done well in rotating the strike. He's currently batting at 30 for 32, 30 runs in 32 balls. And getting the neutral crease, so only on 5 after 4 balls. But the way he's positioned himself and the way he's stroking the ball, looks like he scores his runs in a hurry. So it balls Jatenda, driven back to the ball on no runs. Carefully watches that, plays it to cover. Manitoba currently on 66 for 3. Jatinder watches the ball closely. I don't have much history on him, but I can see from his technique that he's not taking a lot of risk. He's watching the ball closely, and it looks like a batsman that can score at a first rate. So he delivers, beaten outside the off stump, but once again he's in position, wicket well covered. He looks like the man that his team looks to up the scoring rate. As he settles, and Joab's on the way in. Left hand spin, drops a little short, played towards mid wicket, no runs. The batsmen are very cautious, watching the ball closely here. A better over from Zoe. Not many can come off that over. At this stage of the game, you can look, score these 6-7 runs and over. That would be the aim for Manitoba. Right now, 66 for 3 after 12 overs. 8 overs remaining. How much can they put on the board in the remaining 8 overs? The fielder that was injured has left for further treatment. Ambulance has departed. Vishnu to face, and he flashes through covers, picks up a single. He should get 2. There's a fielder deep. They have picked up 2 runs. And he once again he plays a sweep shot, sends his fielder to the runner back. Good call. Jatendo. That's a bit of a chink in the armor. The running between the wicket between those two has not been the best. This time it was dropped short and pulled it with the mid wicket for 4. 1 bounce to the boundary. As the Manitoba rate slowly creeping up, approaching close to that 6 runs and over. As they look to up the ante here. Imran delivers, played back down the pitch, no runs. Not a lot of risk being taken. You can look to see some big shots in the next couple of overs, though, as we're down to the last 8 overs here. Imran in delivers short and is cut away for should be a single. It's a call for 2, but it will be ill-advised. Only 1 taken. Imran to Jatinder. Jatinder has been cautiously settling in, but he's watching the ball closely, and you can look for him to start playing some shots now as the number of overs are whittling away. Imran in delivers, tossed up, and he drives it straight, hard, and beats the fielder. There was a fielder there, but it was straight and hard. The power got it past the fielder for 4. You can see from the setup of Jatinder that he's a man that looks like he will hit the ball a long way, and he gets in position early and played a beautiful shot down the ground for four. He's now batting on 9 after 9 balls. Vasu is on 37 after 37 balls. Both batsmen currently at a run a ball, but you definitely can see that there's an acceleration to this innings now as Manitoba look to put a good total on the board. They should be looking to at least get to around 150. They will have to start hitting the ball from here on in if they intend to get to that. The projected score right now is 115, 116. That would not be enough here. I would not see that as the winning total. They need to up the scoring here. Vasu to face. He's been here the longest. He's currently scoring at the runner ball. He's anchored the innings, and now he started to pick up the runs at a quicker pace as he uses his feet nicely to the ball, drives it past the fielder. No run as the bowler dived, and the man at mid-off managed to save the single. Vasu is showing some nimble footwork. He's getting to the ball nicely. There's no one in slip, no one close to the bat on the leg side. Bowler delivers. He rocks back, cuts it to cover, no runs. Manitoba is trying to up the scoring rate here. Saskatchewan is doing well with the ball. Here he is, delivers, pitched up, and he drives it past the bowler. No, the bowler got his boot in there. Good job from the bowler. Looked like it was going to get past him, but he stuck out his boot, managed to stop it. Manitoba cannot score right now. Bowler in delivers, uses his feet nicely. Beautiful shot down the ground. Should get a boundary. 4 runs, well hit. He used his feet to get to the pitch of the ball and lofted it over the bowler head for 4. After being bogged down for the first few balls, he made use of his feet and got it past the bowler's head. Good batting. Manjit in delivers, drops it short, and this one pops up. Oh, he just managed to get it over his head. The ball held up in the pitch a bit. Batsman was true to the shot, didn't time it well, and it just managed to get over Manjit's head. Attended to the crease now. He sets up like he looked for it. He set up like he's planned to be there for a long time. He's a batsman that's showing a lot of caution, but when he hits the ball, he hits it hard. Manjit in delivers, pitches it up, and he swings hard. Didn't quite get it, but he managed to get it to mid wicket for a single. Score is now 83 for 3. So only 7 overs left after this. How are they gonna up this rate? They are trying. So far, not very successful in getting that big over that they need. We have Vasu on 42 and Jatinder at a runner ball 10. And looking at the way he's set up, you can just see that he's not a typical run of a ball batsman. I can see him being more of 2 run a ball type batsman. He sets up. He's used to hitting the ball a long way. Imran to continue. Saskatchewan trying to restrict Manitoba here. Manitoba elected to bat. Currently in 83 for 3. Imran delivers short. Played gently back for a single. Actually, I say gently, but this man hits the ball. It just seems to bounce off the bat. Looked gently, but it made it all the way almost to the fence where the man in the deep tossed it back in. Vasu has been ticking along at a runner ball. Close to his 50, currently at 42. Imran delivers. And Vasu uses his feet nicely. Didn't quite get it as a man in the deep settles and he takes a catch. He, in his attempt to up the scoring rate, used his feet, tried to clear the boundary, but he could not clear the man in the deep. Manitoba loses another wicket, and it's the well said Vasu departs. I know you never wants to lose wicket, but at this point in the at this juncture in the inning, it may not be a bad thing. You need someone that could inject some quick scoring. Vasu has done his job of at least getting to a run of ball. He's faced 42 balls. It's a hot day out. It may not be a bad time to get some fresh legs in with a dangerous looking Jatinder on the other end and only 7 overs left in the innings. It may not be a bad time to get someone in to try and up the scoring rate. My correction, only 6 overs left in the innings. So Manitoba will be well advised to try to pick up some runs here. Arvinder to the crease. The projected score is only 117. I don't think you will feel safe with a score of 117 on a wicket like that. It's a very quick outfield. The wicket is playing through. They'll be looking to get the score to at least 130, 140. But they'll have to do a lot of hitting at this point. Jatinder has faced 10 balls or 11 balls. At this point, the coach should be telling him, you've seen enough balls, it's time to go. There's not time to settle any further on this. It's go time. Can he up the scoring rate here? Imran into him. He rocks back and pushes it through mid off. Picks up a single. $85 for 4. Arvind at the face his first ball. Imran to goal. Imran delivers. Oh, and he chips it right back to the ball. Who dropped an easy catch? Not sure what happened there. If he saw the ball late, didn't seem to put much of an effort into taking it. It was just chipped back to him, and he dropped an easy catch. Imran to Arvind. He strokes at the cover, no runs. If you're not taking your own catch, who's going to take catches for you? I'm not sure if he saw it late, but just stuck his hand out there. Drop catch. Imran to Arvind. Played with a defensive bat to cover no runs. The scoring rate is not being pushed here. We still at 85 for 4. Only 5 overs left in this inning. Projected score is still at, actually it's going the opposite way, it's down to 113 as the scoring has slowed down when it's expected to see an acceleration. Jatinder still going to run the ball. 5 overs left in the game, in the inning. So if they continue Jatinder to face, Jatinder should be looking to accelerate the scoring here. Can he accelerate the scoring? Ball delivers and he goes hard, but he was unsuccessful. Pops straight up, keeper settles under it, and he takes an easy catch. Manitoba is just not getting the acceleration they need. Each time they try to accelerate, they lose a wicket. Jatinder departs. It looked like he was positioning himself well, tried to play the aggressive stroke, missed it, went straight up. Manitoba innings has not got the acceleration it needed. It looks like it's just a matter of finding that batsman that can play a couple of big shots. They need a big over here. They've just managed to inning has limped along. We're currently at 85 for 5. We're currently at 85 for 5. I'm joined in the commentary booth by Ashlan Koder. Ashlan, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rupert. Pleasure to be here this morning. How are you doing so far?
I'm doing good here at Manitoba, Saskatchewan, at King City, Ontario, for the Canada National T20 Championship.
A battle for 5th and 6th here. Manitoba, got to find a way to get going here.
They run out of time to do so. They need to up the ante as it still continues with the small games, ones and twos. We need to start seeing some boundaries here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a big wicket for them, losing their captain, Jatinder Palmataru. Now down to these two, Arvinder Jabal and Avaljeet Sandhu. Sandhu has shown the ability with the bat so far in this tournament. Rupert, he's got to do a job here now for his team. Zircon to continue. This time, hit over the offside. That's what you wanted, Rupert, isn't it?
That's a beautiful stroke. Perfect. That's a 4 over the outside, off the drive, 4 runs. We need a lot more of those.
Certainly do, but that will help the scoring rate. That's the injection that they needed. A couple more boundaries here. Last 5 overs, Rupert. They've got to find a way to get 10 runs and over from here on board.
That's the only solution they have because their inning was not very well paced. They need to start getting some boundaries and get them quick. Delivers, driven past Miller, picks up a single, looking for 2. They should get 2. Good run in between the wicket. From left field, back to the 4 runs.
They're gonna get 4. They're gonna get 4. It looks like Wajid Khan down there with the misfield allows them to go through. So that's what you were looking for, Rupert. Back-to-back boundaries now.
Yes, they're looking for a big over and pick up at least 18 runs, 20 runs, and an over would be good for Manitoba. Can they do it? Amron delivers. Going to quick run. Good run between the wicket.
Good cricket there as well from Avaljeet Sandhu. He's got the 2 away to the boundary. Now getting off strike. Over to you, Mr. Jabal.
That's over. This over has been the best over so far for Manitoba. Saskatchewan is trying to hold things together. Zoeb delivers and chips it just short of the fielder, picks up a single.
The captain, he's wiry with the ball, not so wiry in the field there, Rupert. The captain not quite getting there. It was an opportunity. He's got to put a dive in for his squad.
It's a long way to go. He's a big man. It's currently 96 for 5. He's a big man. It's a long way for him to get down there.
Yeah, so 97 for 5 now after 16. 4 overs to go. Avaljeet Sandhu, he started off well. He's only faced 4 deliveries, but he's got 11. He's got 2 away to the boundary. He's going to be the man, but here's now the threat for Manitoba. Sarmad Anwar back into the attack for Saskatchewan, the captain himself.
The captain is back into the attack, but he's at a critical junction. These overs here are a ton over. Manitoba is looking for a big over, and the captain is trying to prevent that from happening. The batsman settles, and the captain in from a very long run up.
Boundary options. Can he find one to squeeze one through point here?
Delivers, and down the leg side should be he appeals. Not sure what the appeal is about. The umpire is signaling that it touched the pads, didn't signal wide.
Again, something we've seen all week, Rupert. Dry surface again. You can see that puff of dust every time the batsman plays a stroke. It's gonna have a say in this game.
It's gonna have a say in the second inning of this game. But Manitoba do need to put a target on the board, and right now 97 does not seem enough. Here comes Samad, delivers, and once again on the leg side, he chips it away nicely. Should go for 4. He did well using the pace of the ball to get it away for 4.
On this, with the pace of Sarmad Anwar, once you get a little bit of batter, that's going to go away. It's a dry outfield as well. We haven't had that much rain so far in this country, or in the city, I should say.
I don't think
And
we've
that
had
runs
that
away.
much rain in the country. But it's a fast outfield, but the scoring has not been very quick. I had expected a score around 150 to be a challenge. Right now, we're trying to project the score is 120 or 124. Here comes Samad, delivers once again. It's a beautiful ball, but unfortunately, the keeper could not catch up to it, and it was signal 4 byes.
Beating absolutely everything on that occasion, Sarmal Anwar. It's a lovely delivery. He's finding that block hole. Stereotypical Pakistani fast bowler is Sarmal Anwar. He gets those Yorkers in, doesn't he, Rupert?
He gets the Yorker in, but unfortunately, the result is still 4 byes.
I had a chance to speak to Sarmal Anwar earlier in the week, and he mentioned bowling. That's their strength as a team. So they're doing a good job here restricting the total of Manitoba, but they still have to do a job with the bat.
And here comes the Samad in, delivers. This time another Yorker. He's bowled some beautiful Yorkers here. Batsmen having trouble getting him away.
This is great bowling from the captain himself. We've seen him bowl well all week. He's been impressive, mighty impressive all week. But you know he's going to bowl that Yorker. Can he get down on one knee? Can he paddle this one over the keeper? The fine leg is in the ring. Third man's back. Got to find a way to put him away here.
Samad has the height and he's using it to his advantage. Here comes Samad. He delivers once again. This seemed like a wild swing. The keeper missed, the batsman missed, but they do pick up some byes.
Yeah, so another bye against the keeper. And these are important runs for Manitoba. They're getting the scoreboard ticking here, but they've got to find a way to put a few away to the boundary. Got to get some runs off the bat.
The skipper has to be a bit frustrated because he's doing his best with the ball, but somehow Manitoba is finding a way to keep the scoreboard moving.
Not hurting his figures though, Rupert. The buys, they don't hurt his figures, but for his team, they do go his runs against them.
He's the captain. He cares more about the team, I'm sure. His figures, I'm sure he's worried about more of the team's performance. Here he comes again. Races in, delivers, and another swing beats the bat. He's consistently beating the bat.
He has to be a little bit frustrated. He wants to hit those stumps. He's bowling Yorkers. He's getting them in the block hole, but just not managing to hit those 3 pegs in the ground. And these are brilliant figures from Sarmal Anwar. 1 for 14 in his 3 overs. He's leading from the front here. Manitoba now 106 for 5 after 17. They've got 3 overs to go. Rupert, we said they've got to go and find a way to get to 10 runs per over. They got 9 off that over. Just thanks to the wicketkeeper letting them go through. But they did get 9 runs to their total, so they've got to keep going here.
They got 9 off that over, but not much of it off the bat. Samad did an excellent job. He probably would be frustrated because he bowled excellent, but the result was 9 coming off the over.
It's going to be Manjeet Sidhu now to bowl his left arm spin.
Manjeet has bowled well, but at this stage, you can see the batsman has no choice but to go after him. He sets up.
They've got 5 wickets in hand, Rupert, so they've got to go for it. They've got to find a way. The boundaries straight or short. Short on the offside as well. Leg side's quite deep, so he's got to find a way.
And he goes deep. There's a man waiting under it. Can he stop it? Moves over his head for 6. Well hit.
I said it was a big boundary out there, not to be for Arvinder Jabal, as he said. It might be long for you, not for me, as he deposits this one over mid-wicket. That's a beautiful shot.
That was well hit. That was a big boundary, as you mentioned. But he got there and he hit it well. What can he do with this next ball?
Boundary off the first ball as well, important for them.
And a full toss, straight to hand, and he takes it. Well caught there. Man in mid-off. Full toss, but he couldn't find the gap, and he hit it straight to the fielder, who takes a beautiful catch.
Sarmal Anwar there, the captain. We had a little bit of a slight joke at his expense last over. Rupert said he wasn't moving as swiftly in the field, but that time showing us he might be getting up there in age, but still quick in the ground. Takes a beautiful catch moving to his right.
Yes, a beautiful low catch, especially for the big man. He did get down there and took a nice catch. The batsman would be disappointed with that because after hitting a beautiful 6, he was served up with a full toss and couldn't find the gap.
Amrinder Dillon now the new man in. Abaljit Sandhu going well. He's 11 off 5. He's found 2 boundaries. Amrinder Dillon, can he find a way to get off strike? Can he find a way to get Abaljit on strike?
I don't think it's just about getting off strike at this point in the game. He has to go from ball 1. You mentioned they have a lot of wickets in hand. They also don't have a lot of overs available.
Agreed. I would disagree, Rupert. I want to see Abeljeet face as many deliveries as he possibly can. He's the batsman. He's going well as Arinder Dillon plays that on the offside.
Did a
I
good
want to
job.
see him play as many deliveries. He's got to be the man now for Manitoba. He's got to be the one to take their score closer to 140, 150. Can he do it?
The way he's set up, it looks like he is there on the outside right now. He's hitting the ball well. Short into the pitch. Not good bounce in turn there. Swing and a miss.
That's that dry surface coming into play, River. We said it's going to have a say in the second innings. It's having a say in the death overs here as that one. Just a little bit of bounce, but really slow coming off that track.
Bowler delivers into the pitch again. Picks up a quick single. I think Saskatchewan would not mind the ones and twos right now.
Yeah, we praise him. We have a laugh at his expense, and then he decides to misfield. Sarmar Lanwar, so lets it go through, but no harm done. Abeljeet Sandhu getting off strike. Arinder Dillon, back to you.
Delivers. Oh, reverse tried. Swing and a miss.
I like the innovation there from Arinder Dillon, but he's got to get low. Stood tall. When you go down for the reverse sweep, you got to get low and try and get there, not to be on that occasion. And importantly, for Saskatchewan, they've got that 6 off that first over. The score now 114 for 6 after 18. They got the 6 off the over, but only 2 runs coming off it in the end afterwards. So 8 runs in total. They'll be happy, but it set up for a big over and they couldn't get it.
Right, they need a big over. This is the 18 over, but the bowler is Samad, and as we've seen in the previous over, those Yorkers were very difficult to get away. In fact, I think the keeper needs to pay close attention because here he is as he steams in, delivers, and is down the leg side for a wide. He would not be pleased with that.
Yeah, we saw him miss the stumps on a few occasions last over, Rupert. Going just maybe trying a little bit too hard there.
But
All 6 Yorkers.
The keeper also seemed surprised.
The keeper caught it that time as well, didn't he, Rupert?
But he seemed surprised at the pace.
He's got a long run. He's coming off the 30-yard circle, Rupert. He's only got 4 overs. This last over here in the 19th over, the penultimate over of this innings.
Here he comes. He delivers. And swing again and miss. He's consistently beating the bat.
Sending fine leg back now, and again, protecting the boundary. They've got to find another man in the ring. They only have 3 now, and it's going to be deep extra cover coming now. So the 5-man out, Rupert, 3rd man, fine leg, deep in wicket, long on, long off. Short boundary straight. Where's boundary options? Can he get this over the offside? Can he find a way?
He needs to hit straight right now because he's getting beaten for pace. Here he is. And a beautiful Yorker hits on the ground, but there's a man here. Only a single. Samada's doing an excellent job with the ball.
The captain putting his hand up for his team. He's put his hand up all week for his team, and in the final match, he's putting his hand up once again. They're doing it brilliantly here, Saskatchewan. We said earlier the bowling was their strength, and they're showing it off today.
Manitoba has tried to score from ball 1, but we saw some Vasu trying some scoops. So it's not the lack of effort. They just cannot get the scoring rate up as Samad in delivers once again in the block hole. He's been so accurate with those Yorkers.
The captain, Sarmar Lanwar, doing a job for his team. Arinder Dillon. What are his scoring options here, Rupert? It doesn't look like... You know what happens when the dot balls add up? The gaps just get smaller and smaller. What are his options here? What can he do?
His options here is very slim. You can look to him to tickle the ball down to the fine leg. That should be his only scoring option, as Samad has shown that he does drift a little to the leg side.
I'd like to see him give himself a little bit of room. Can he get this over the offside?
Oh, this one is short, and it rises up on the batsman. Good change of length there. The batsman was not expecting that, and you can see that he was surprised. Not sure did that take him on the helmet.
Looked to be the gloves there, or the forearm. He's just taking a look. Not showing any weakness, not rubbing it. Can't show any weakness to Sarmar Lanwar. And this is a battle between neighbors here, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. They're both in this fight.
But Samad is on top right
having
now.
a say right now. Yeah, you're 100% correct in that.
Samad on top of his mark. You can look for him to follow up with a Yorker here. He's been bowling them consistently as he delivers, and it is a Yorker right in the block hole. He's done an excellent job. Oh, missed opportunity here with a run out.
They missed this. He whiffed. He whiffed. The wicketkeeper whiffed. He whiffed on a few earlier in the last over, getting by him. This time he whiffed on the stumps, and they're able to get through for a single. But Rupert, at this stage of the game, the single's not good enough. Again, there's plenty of gaps over the offside. Can they find a way to squeeze it over the offside?
Samata is too good right now. He's doing too good of a job with the ball. He's the surprising short ball followed up with a perfect Yorker, and they have not been able to score off his bowling as he races in again and delivers once again. Beautiful Yorker. They've tried this time down the ground, but only for a single. That's not what you're looking for. As Samad quickly calls for the ball back, and he's signaling to his bowlers, just get through this over.
Yeah, I think timing might be an issue. The score now 118 for 6 after 19. They want to get this last over in. And there is a penalty if you don't get your overs in time, Rupert. And it looks like they just want to get this over started so they can save themselves from that.
Saskatchewan was very slow in the field. I wondered a couple of times what the hold up was. Seemed like it take a long time to turn around and get set up for overs. But here we are in the final over.
We saw the first-class cricketer from Pakistan, Sarmad Anwar, the captain. Now we're going to see another representative cricketer. He played for Gujarat. Did Faisal do that in India? So another representative cricketer. We said their bowling was their strength. These are the two that they rely on. So Faisal do that now to bowl the final over.
It's a beautiful pull shot. Should get 4. Might even get 6. Well done. 6 runs.
That's an ideal start to the final over from Avaljeet Sandhu.
We said
it was an experienced cricketer. That's not an experienced delivery there, as he's dropping short on a slow wicket and just inviting Avaljeet Sandhu to hit that over square leg, and he did it well.
He did it well, but it did not look like it was purposely dropped short. It just looked like he missed his length there.
Got to be on the mark. Sarmad Anwar, the captain, was on the mark in the penultimate over. Faisal do that, the other experienced cricketer. He's got to be on the mark now for his team.
He races in. It's short again. This time it's wide outside of the out stump, and it beats the keeper, but there's a man in the deep. You can look for the umpire here to signal wide, and he does signal wide.
Yeah, well done by Wajid Khan on the boundary there, putting in an effort. He has brought Finder for that delivery, so maybe a plan for that wide Yorker. But he did well diving down, getting some hands on it, and stopping it. But not an ideal start for Faisal. I'll do that here in the final over.
Faisal with a bit of a slingy action, but he's not finding his 9 or his length right now. Here he comes, races in, delivers, and gets it. But this time, chipped away to mid-wicket. There's a man down there, saves the boundary, brings the ball back in quickly. Only one there.
Again, I like that from Amrinder Dhillon. Going for the boundary, but if not, settling for the 1. We said Avaljeet Sandhu, he was doing it well. He's 20 off 11. He's got to be the man now.
They're doing a little too late, though. It's running out of overs here. As Faisal run in, delivers short again. Couldn't get around quite, but he did manage to hit it. Should pick up a couple runs here. There's a man deep, brings it in.
Yeah, settling for 2. We said Sandhu's the man. He's looked good. A little bit too late. But nonetheless, the runs are on the board. The runs are on the board for Manitoba.
They left that acceleration a little too late here. Can't really do much now with the last couple of balls of the innings. Saskatchewan has done well in the field. Terrific Manitoba. Here he comes, delivers. Short again. Miss the batsman, miss the keeper. His races past him. The fielder trying to get chase. He does cut it off short of the boundary. Brings it back in.
"13 runs coming off this over so far, Rupert. So this is a good over. It's a good end. Momentum's a funny thing in cricket. Can they build some momentum going into their bowling innings off this final over?"
He races in, delivers short again, pulls it with the mid-wicket, beats the fielder. He should get a couple runs here.
So again, another 2 to Sandhu. We said, can he drive some momentum? He's looking good out there. This is the last over they would have wanted. They're over 130 now.
130 is a good score right now. We're calling for them to get to 130, 140, and here they are at 130. The last couple of overs have been good to them. As Faisal rushes in, delivers, and he hits it well. There's no one going to stop this. 6 runs.
You were asking for 140, Rupert. They got to 139 for 6. We said momentum's a funny thing. They've got momentum in that last over going into their bowling innings. They look happy with that.
It's an excellent finish from Manitoba. I thought they left it a little too late. I was looking for the acceleration from the 15th over, but the last couple of overs they managed to pick up good runs.
139 for 6 in 20 overs. Avaljit Sandhu finishing up 32 off 15. 2 boundaries, 2 sixes.
Beautiful batting. I think this is a competitive total.
Certainly a competitive total. Faisal Dudat won't be happy with that final over. He ends his spell 4 overs, none for 36. Sarmad Unver, impressive as ever. He was 1 for 18 off his 4. Vasu Shah started well. Wasn't able to get accelerate, but 42 off 43. And then it was down to Avaljit Sandhu in the end, Rupert, and he finished with 32 off his 15. Saskatchewan now. Got to get 140.
140 will be a challenge, as you said. The wicket is starting to dry up with the sunshine.
And with that, Manitoba 139 for 6. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be back in just about 10 minutes for the chase from Saskatchewan. My name's Arslan Kadir.
Rupert Albert.
Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
I'm in the washroom.
Yeah. The game start late?
Huh?
The game started late?
Yeah.
Wet outfield?
No, I think just decided to try it. Yeah, they switched pitch too, right? But I think they switched from over there to here.
Yeah.
But I think they wanted to start at 9, 10, 10:30. I think they were aiming to start.
Oh, okay. So you prefer doing play-by-play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do the color commentary then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. You know the players better than I do.
I've seen them all week, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you take lead on the commentary.
So you want me to do play-by-play?
I'll do play-by-play. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here with this. Okay, it's just not now.
Yeah.
So Samad is an international?
Samad played first-class cricket in Pakistan.
Mm.
And then the guy that played for the other played for Gujarat.
Okay.
And then the captain for Manitoba played for Kansas.
Yeah. He's a good bat.
He's gonna be tough to play on this weekend. He goes a lot of slow balls, a lot of cutters.
Okay.
So he'll be tough to play on this weekend. But he holds himself for the last 4 holes. Like he'll pull the last 4 overs from one end versus good.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't. We just met. Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, I was born in the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yeah, no, certainly.
Oh, he does a good job. Yeah, he has the enthusiasm, and he pauses good at the right time. Not everybody can do that. Like, yeah, no, like some people can't. Like they don't. I've done commentary with people where the bowler's running up and delivering, and they're talking about something else.
As soon as, with somebody like Sarmad, he's got a long run, so you can talk, but at least once he's 3 or 4 paces, then shut up.
Right, so at least some people don't know. It's like If done coming through, somebody was like, okay, the ball's already gone. He's bowled the ball. Shot is already played.
And then they're talking about it.
Yeah. Because the color guy is still talking while
Yeah.
I've had people talking about different games while the game is playing.
Yeah.
I had to tell somebody once at a game, I was like, okay, listen, you're talking about background information while the action is going
Yeah.
through and we're missing the action.
It's different if it's like a game like they're 35 for 6 and 3 holders chasing like 250. The
Right.
game's not going anywhere. It's all right. Let's find a way to bring some excitement, some stories, or something like that.
Yeah.
But when it's an exciting game, it's like don't let the action speak for itself.
This guy was all about self promotion. He was promoting other things.
So you must know Murtaza Malik then.
Murtaza Malik?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know Murtaza?
Yeah, I know him well. He's at the Cricket Club. I'm at the Toronto Cricket Club.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Known him for a long time.
Unfortunately for you.
Know his dad, know his brother.
Yeah. It's just gonna that one there looking like a good game.
So you're at Toronto Cricket Club?
I'm at Toronto, yeah. Yeah, I've been at Toronto. I was at TCA. I started my cricket at TCA with Ryan Hill.
Okay.
And then moved over to the Cricket Club when I was 17, and I've been there since.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there in a long time. I played there years ago, playing for the HTCL.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. We should play for the Albany Cup. I don't know. We haven't done that in a long time. But I think it's at the time it was the older members of Toronto against the younger guys from HTCL.
Yeah.
But it's been a few years.
Yeah, I'm actually going there after this weekend. We started a new inter-club league.
Oh, nice.
So on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, we had a draft. And some of the social members, some of the league cricketers, some of the older league gentlemen, everybody. And so we had 4 young captains, 4 mentors, like 4 senior cricketers that mentor each side, and then we did a draft.
How did you structure the draft?
So we put each players into different pools. So we had 5 different pools.
So batsmen, bowlers.
No, so we did it from like if you play for the A team, if you're like playing the Super 9, okay, you're in this.
Oh, okay.
If you play for the B team, you're in this C team, and then the D team, and then like if you're just a social cricketer.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in those, and then it's just round robin.
Oh, okay.
And so, and then there's rules in place. So you have to have a certain amount. So, it's the purple, which is Super 9. So each team gets 1 pick in that.
Okay.
And then we go to the green, and we go to the yellow, and we go to whatever.
How did you establish who gets the first pick?
So the way it works is, depending on who your mentor and who your captain is, they are in a pool themselves.
Oh, okay.
So in purple, all 3 out of 4 captains were Super 9 guys.
Okay.
So you don't get a pick your first. So then it automatically goes to the person that's.
Oh, okay.
So they're already put in, and then the rest is like round robin. It's all journaled up into a random generator.
Yeah.
And then you make sure everybody gets at least 2 picks that are first, 2 picks that are second, 2 picks that are third.
All right.
So then, so there's a game this evening, so we'll go down watch that.
And you guys umpire yourself, or you hire?
We umpire ourselves. It's very social, so it starts at 5:30. You'll get umpire yourself, and
how many overs?
20.
Oh wow.
We'll squeeze in 20 right at 5:30.
You can squeeze in 20 overs before you get started?
Yeah. There.
That's good.
You retire at 30. You can make 30, and then you have to retire.
Okay, nice.
You play 15 players, or how many ever players you want, but 11 bat, 11 bowler.
Okay. Fine. I don't know is there any way you can make that screen bigger? The viewing screen?
The viewing screen? I don't think so, because the important thing is
see if you can drag the line, the window down the other side. See if you can drag this down. See if you can find a. Yeah, see if. No, it doesn't change. Oh, there.
There you go.
Oops. You missed it.
Oh, I don't want to mess this up. No.
Okay, so you just do the introduction and I'll do the cover.
Good morning. Just a minute before good afternoon here, Rupert, and we're back coming to you live for a contest between rivals, between neighbors, Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Manitoba won the toss this morning. They elected to bat. They would have liked to get more, but they got some momentum in their innings in the end. Avaljit Sandhu, bailing a brilliant innings at 32 for 50 off 15. He ends up the total of Manitoba 139. I'm Marcelin Kadir. I'm joined by Rupert Albert. Rupert, good afternoon to you now, sir.
Good afternoon. I think it's fitting that right at high noon we have a showdown as a bowler rushes in, delivers dot ball. It's high noon showdown here.
Definitely a high noon, sir. Good start from Kamal Mangli. He's bowled well. He's a very similar to Faisal Duda, and he has a bit of a slingy action. The two men for Saskatchewan open the batting, Upkardeep Pander and Wajid Khan. Pander, Rupert, not in the original squad for Saskatchewan, in due to injury. He played a brilliant innings in his first at bat, making 71. He's going to want to repeat that now.
Bowler delivers, plays two covers. Oh, Jatinder couldn't handle a bounce from the secondary pitch there. Just a bounce from the Matthew wicket. Couldn't feel the ball. Took a knock on the arm.
Yeah, that's something that we saw in the Saskatchewan innings as well as the missed fields. A lot of buys as well from the wicketkeeper. We won't bring that up too many times this innings, will we? But now it's going to be Wajid Khan to face, and they've got to be on the ball from ball one here to Manitoba.
And he bowls in, and he picks it away. There's no one missing. Stop that 4 runs. Well done.
Easy picking there for Wajid Khan. Once it's on his legs, he's going to go. As we see a tractor coming behind me, Rupert, so I can barely hear myself. But again, that one's hit out to the square leg boundary from Wajid Khan. He gets his innings rolling.
Especially when there's no one for protection down there. You cannot zip on the pad in the first new ball, but a batsman with the leverage or the levers as Wajid.
Yeah, 2 men out for Mangli, so he's got to be straight. He's got to be outside the off side. The 2 men at deep extra cover and long off. Only 2 men on the leg side, so a 7-2 field at mid wicket and long on and mid on. Sorry.
Yet he's straight to the leg with no protection. And this time, there's a man on the new ball. He's in play and he takes a nice catch.
Wajid Khan, he's got to go. He's got to go, Rupert. We said he can't straight down leg, and this time looking to go over the offside and finds the 1 man out on the boundary. Long off it is.
It was an ill-advised shot, as you mentioned. It was a packed offside field, and he didn't really get into that shot much. He just pushed him at that ball.
He looked to be in a hurry there. 4 off his first ball, looking for a 6 off his second. Falls doing so. But Manitoba, they'll be happy with that. They've got to defend 139, and they pick up the important wicket of Wajid Khan.
They will be happy indeed. It's a hot day here, and it says high noon. The sun is beating down. It's blue skies and direct sunshine. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it feels warm.
My watch says 23 degrees, Rupert. I can tell you it feels a lot warmer than 23 degrees.
I would not have thought it's 23 degrees. Are you sure you're in the right time zone here? Your watch might be reading somewhere else.
And now, Manitoba, probably about a par total at 139, you'd say, Rupert, 139. But they've got off to a good start with that wicket.
I think 139 is actually a good total. The wicket, you say, is dried up. And I think that 139, I would even chance it to say 139 is a winning total there.
Yeah, certainly. And we mentioned Saskatchewan, they don't see their batting as their strength. They see their bowling as their strength. But they've got to bat well here. It is a used surface. It's a dry surface. And 1 man that they look at is Pander to really get them off to a good start. He was watchful in that innings, as I was talking about a little bit earlier, but he really got going. And he's on strike now. He's 1 off 2, and the new man, Jatinder Mangat, new to the crease.
As you mentioned, it's the 4th day of the competition. This pitch is well used as the bowler rushes in. looking for wickets, delivers, left field outside the off stump.
He's got to be out there. He can't stray onto the pads. As we mentioned, he's bowling to a 7-2 field. Adjusted his line well. He went for 4 from off the first delivery to Wajid Khan, but comes back well there and outside the off stump. And now, as we say that, you don't see this in T20 cricket, do you, Rupert? An 8-1 field. The only man on the leg side is at mid-on.
The bowler is very confident in his line and length. But he only has one man at mid-on. Everybody else is on the outside. Did well to bring it over to the onside, but in doing so, got it to the lone fielder on that side.
Well, you got to find a way to get it on that onside. You got to walk across your stubs. You got to do something there, Rupert. There's only one man there. But that brings us to the end of the first over, Rupert. 6 for 1 after 1.
You can also see that the batsman should know what the bowler is doing.
Yeah, fair. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And again, the power play. Saskatchewan to get to this 140. They've got to make use of this power play here, Rupert, as we're now going to see.
I have to get back to that field, it's very interesting. You don't see that much in anything.
No, not at all. And I like the aggressiveness approach from Manitoba. It's something that we've seen quite often. And you'll see it later on in the innings as well. Jatinder Palmataru always going for wickets. Always wants his bowlers to bowl outside the off stump. You'll see when the spinners come on. They won't have a fielder in the ring on the leg side. And the new man, Harpreet Singh, now to bowl. Happy as he goes by, Rupert.
Is he going to be happy right now?
That's I set you up for that pun. That was a full toss, and you hit that away to the boundary for 4.
As he practices run up, and as his fielder says, happy. Well, happy make Manitoba happy here.
You see that 7-2 field once again, Rupert. Third man cover out on the boundary, but short flying leg and mid on. The only fielders in the ring on the leg side.
Here comes Happy. Delivers wide outside the off stump. Not a surprise.
And that's something that can happen with this field. The bowler, especially with this first delivery, can be real tentative. Doesn't want to stray on the house pad, so you adjust for that line. Ends up being a wide outside the off stump.
Austin, why wouldn't the batsman bat on out stump here? Here comes Happy. Delivers. And he hits him hard and straight. Doesn't matter what feel you have for the score. That was well hit.
That truck that just passed by, it's lucky that it wasn't going any faster. Because that would have nailed out the windshield, Rupert. And that's a brilliant shot for Umkadeep Pender. We said that's somebody that they look at to get their innings off to a start, as they now bring up their second boundary of this innings.
Absolutely, and based on the field placement, I'm surprised that the I think it'll be just back of the lane bowling, get the batsman playing clutch shots to the packed outside field, but that one was pitched up and it was beauty served from mid off.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of this field, especially to a bowler just bowling his first spell, just bowling his first over. I'd like to see a third man go over that leg side. And again, no margin of error there for Harpreet Singh. You pitch a little bit full, you're going to go. You pitch short, you're going to go over the leg side. The margin of error is very small. So that's why I don't like the field.
I feel that the field placement is a bit of a ploy to mess with the batsman's head more than to actually be effective. Because right now, it's hard for the ball to come in right off the bat, first over, and bowl to such a field.
It's playing with the batsman's head, but it's also playing with the bowler's head as well, Rupert. And that's the downside. Is the bowler knows he strays a little bit. He's going to go for big runs. And there we see, pitched it full, he went for 6. And now he's fighting back in this over. There's a wide, there's a 6. He's got to fight back for this over.
This is, I think the field placement is some aggressive captaining. But I'd rather see a field placement of like that evolve or adjust to the batsman playing shots or the batsman showing something. But that field placement was right off the bat, just going on, I guess, some hunch that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, and I don't know how much cricket these two sides would have played each other. We said they're neighbors. Again, not sure how much cricket they would have played against each other. I know the likes of Alberta and BC obviously see each other quite often. But these two sides, not knowing each other that well, Umkadeep Pender not in the original squad, so he's going to be a new man. But he's played well so far in this tournament when he's got his opportunity. He's taken his opportunity with both hands. And now, maybe we see a little bit of a field change.
Let's look at this field again. There's only one slip in place. It's a pack offside field, so we know the bowler has to go to the off stump. but only one man in the catching position, and I think the ball was at a disadvantage with this field.
Certainly at a disadvantage, Jules.
Here comes Happy, delivers short, and he's cut for 6. Beautiful shot here. Beautiful shot. 2 in a row.
We said he's going to have to fight back in this over. That's not the way to do it. Short outside the off stump, in the words of David Bumble Lloyd, short, wide, gone.
That field is working against the bowler because he pitched up, he got hit straight for 6. Then he overcompensated by dropping it short outside the off stump because he thinks he has a protection of a field out there, but the batsman was just a little too good with that cut shot. Lost the cut shot for 6.
Yeah, Harpreet Singh, just 2 legal deliveries, and they've both gone for 6.
Here comes Happy, not too happy right now, delivers, and he strays on the leg side. There's no fielders out there. As we mentioned, easy single.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit happy with that. Again, no damage, straight down the leg side, but Deep Pander just happy to put that into the leg side for a single, as we're now going to see Jatinder Mungat face his first delivery. And staying with the same field to him.
Jatinder was slow at the mark. I'm not sure what happened. Here comes Happy to Jatinder. And he's on the leg stump.
Yeah, driven back to him. We do see a field change. It's still on the offside. His third man was brought up. Long off sent back. Deep extra cover. The man out on the boundary. So the 2 men out. Tight ring on the offside. But again, no protection on the leg.
In delivers. And he strays on the leg side even though and it's a leg side wide. Even though there's no protection on the leg side. It's a big gap. There's a fine leg. And there's a long on. Or mid on. Between those two fielders is all green grass. But he strays on the leg side. Here he comes. On the leg stump again. Got away with it.
It's a better delivery, though, right in the block hole. Again, wants to keep the rest of this over quiet. He went for 13 off the first 2 legal deliveries. First ball wide. First ball legal delivery 6. Second legal delivery 6. He's come back well. Just 1 run off the last few deliveries here.
Happy delivers. Oh, swing and a miss. Is that an edge? Yes, the batsman walks. The lone fielder in slips. And he picked up the edge.
It was all set up perfectly there, Rupert. It was all set. It was all a plan. We were wondering what they were doing.
It was all a plan. Maybe they know the players. Maybe the ball on the left side was not an accidental ball. Maybe it was a setup.
It's all a setup. It was all a setup. He wanted him to flash outside the off stump, and Jatinder Mungat gifting Harpreet Singh his first wicket. We said he's got to get out of this over well, and he does so, picking up a wicket off the 5th delivery. Saskatchewan now 21 for 2.
I think he's happy now.
Yeah, you could say that. You could certainly say that. Apologies, the last ball of that delivery. So he went for 2 6s in that over, 2 wides as well in that over, but he's come back strong and picks up an important wicket. And now Saskatchewan in a little bit of trouble, Rupert.
I think they're in a little bit of trouble. I think 139, as I mentioned, is a competitive score. They were the batsmen that occupied the crease. They hit the ball well, but they also hit the ball and get out.
Yeah, Upkati Pander, however, is still there. He's got 15 off 7 deliveries. He's the one that hit those 2 big 6s in this over. And he's going to be a key man for Saskatchewan. That's not a man that they can afford to lose at this stage.
Manitoba celebrates on the field. It's a little too early to celebrate, but they look very happy at that wicket. And I'm stuck seeing happy just because of the name happy.
Yeah, we got to bring out a thesaurus for you now.
I have to change that word. As they adjust the field, are they going to go back to the 7-2 field? I'm not a fan of this field.
Yeah, me neither. It was an 8-1 at the end of that over, so I like this a little bit more. I like the 7-2 better than the 8-1. But again,
it's ambitious here.
It is ambitious. But Mangli, he's bowled well so far. Again, he's kept it outside the off stump. He went for that 4 and that 1 over, but adjusted well and picked up the wicket of Wajid Khan. And now we see mid-wicket. He's going back on the ring, so there's a little bit more cover for him.
Here he comes, delivers, and pushes to the fielder at mid-on. Only a single, shies of the stump unnecessarily. There was no chance of a run out there.
Yep, Pradeep Pander getting off strikeout that first ball. He's going well. He's now joined by Ratnadeep Vaghela. And Vaghela, he's got to do a job for his team here. He's got to build a partnership. But in building a partnership, there's power play still on, Rupert. He's got to find a way to get someone to the boundary as well and get their team going.
Yes, you can't afford to dig yourself too deep of a hole. Bowler comes in, ambushing, I should say, and he's driven from the gap. Not sure how he actually find the gap in the packed outside field, but he managed to find a gap.
And he gets off strike, gets off the mark as well, Vagela. So it's good from him. The senior partner in Pander, he's going at a strike rate of 200. Those 2 6s do help with that strike rate. He's going to want to keep going.
I think he should keep going. The leg side is available to him. Here comes the bowler. No margin for error here. Drops and pushes back to the bowler.
This is good luck, Mongley. We were talking about the field, but he's bowled a tight line. We saw Harpreet Singh, he bowled a 7-2 field as well, but we saw him really struggling for his line in that last over. Not to be on this occasion for Mongley, as he's bowling a tight off-stump line here, almost teasing the batsman, asking him to go over the leg side.
I think that's the ploy. I think he's trying to get the batsman to take some risks as he goes in again. And once again, and the batsman does have oblige. He's over mid-wicket. There's not many fielders out there, so it's 4 runs.
That one just sliding down leg. And again, you can't afford to do that with a 7-2 field. And Upkriti Pinder definitely up to the mark there, hitting Mongley over square leg for 4 runs.
You might have missed that, but he approached his captain right away. And I would think he's begging for another field over there. It's a field that does not leave him many or any room for errors.
Yeah, Rupert, and I would have to say the veto when it comes to fielding decisions has to go down to the bowler. He's got to be the one with the ball. He's got to have his field.
And he delivers. And once again, the fielder, lack of fielder, and he's begging his captain now. He's begging his captain as he goes for 4 on the leg side again. There's only 2 fielders on the leg side. It's a ploy, but that ploy is not working right now.
Yeah, and for those of you that missed the previous delivery, Upkriti Panda providing you the replay.
It's the bowler is pleading, and now we have a fielder pleading with the captain. They ask him for some reinforcement on the leg side. There's only 2 fielders on the leg side. 8 runs in 2 balls just came from the same direction. Now we see a third fielder going back to a square leg. We have a man at mid-wicket now, a man at mid-on, and a man at square leg. They're all deep. Bowler in again. And he's driven down the ground to mid-long off.
Yeah, good cricket from Pander there, getting the 2 pounders and then getting off strike. I will say, Rupert, I don't like the fact that the slip is out. I would still like to slip in. They want to keep going for wickets here in the power play. I would have liked another fielder from the offside going to the leg side, but maybe find it from somewhere else. Maybe short third man. Instead, they decided to move the slip. And after 3 overs now, the score moving along well. They're going at over 10 runs and over here in Saskatchewan, but they have lost the 2 wickets, 32 for 2 after 3.
I think the field situation was a bit of a distraction for Manitoba. With the players and the bowler rushing to the captain, arms flailing, and then the fielder rushing to the captain, pleading. It was a bit of a distraction. It might have been an aggressive ploy, but it took too long to make the adjustment.
Yeah, certainly too long. And that's something you can't afford in T20 cricket. The game moves quick, and you've got to make decisions quickly. And we've been talking about it for this entire inning so far, and now it's still a 7-2 field. Wait, no, just as I say, it's slip being moved out to square leg. So a 6-3 field, a much better field here this time. The 2 men out at long off, and deep extra cover.
Yeah, and it's a large outfield, so many gaps available. Here it comes, delivers, and strays down the leg side, and that should go for 4. The fielder gives chase, but it's a fast outfield. If you hit it well, it's going to go.
Just a bunt down the ground from Pander. Brilliant field placement as well. And we said he was going at a strike rate of 200. He's well over that now. As he moves on to 29 off just 13 deliveries. Saskatchewan now rolling here, Rupert.
Isn't it ironic that most of the runners come on the leg side? Most of the fielders are on the offside.
Very ironic, certainly. But again, this is what the bowler now, unsure. He's not sure of what line to bowl. He's not sure of what length to bowl.
And he rushes in, delivers. He's short. Batsman swinging a miss, trying to go to the leg side once again. There's only 3 people there, big outfield.
And again, the scoring opportunities are there in the power play, as we mentioned, just 2 men out. And Upkriti Pander, he's got to keep going here for his team. He's gotten them off to a good start, but he's got to keep going.
Delivers short, and he's gone again over mid-wicket. There's no one down there.
Rupert, they moved that man from square leg to mid-wicket. They moved the man. That would have gone right to him. That would have been in his breadbasket. So again, things going Saskatchewan's way.
All the fielders are on the outside. There's been no adjustment to what's actually happening. It's almost like they had a plan, and they're reluctant to change the plan, even ignoring the evidence.
Yeah, Manitoba, they would have been disappointed not to get into the semifinals yesterday, but they got to win this one. They want to finish fifth. Fifth is a lot better than sixth.
At this moment, I would say they're giving the game away. Is he going to go short again? He's in, and he's short again. This time he's tucked away. There's still no one square of the wicket, and they pick up an easy 2 runs.
This is just smart cricket from Pander. No risks needed here at this point. He's just finding the gaps and coming back for 2.
Arsenal, you're very generous. You say smart cricket. There's an opposite of that.
Just as I say that, Rupert. Just as I say that, Pander lets me down. 1 short for him. He's a tall man. He only needs about 3 strides to get across. Just needs to put his bat across the line. Fails to do so on that occasion.
It's hard to ignore the gaps on the leg side. Is he going to target the leg side again? The bowler delivers, and he targets the leg side again. Puts it to single. Manitoba needs to make some adjustment here.
And that's something you can't afford, Rupert. With a tight ring in the power play, you can't let the singles go right to fielders. And Mataru and Saini, they'll be disappointed with that. That was hit right to him, and he lets go with that single.
I would like to see a man square with the umpire. I would like to see a fielder sitting next to the umpire. We have a man finally. He hasn't come into play much. We have a man in mid-wicket. We have a man at long on. But the runs is coming to the right of the umpire. As the ball comes in, delivers, and stabs it out to mid-wicket. Scampers for a single. It's a chance. It's a trouble with a fielder and the batsman now. It's a full run the wicket.
And again, just as I mentioned, you can't get a run straight to the man, and they get it again, Rupert. So again, as a captain, I'd be fuming. I'd be absolutely fuming at my mid-wicket fielder there. 2 hits straight to you, and he let go 2 runs.
The batsmen are putting pressure on the fielders, and rightfully so. The Saskatchewan has proven that they want to run, they want to get on with the game, and Manitoba is sitting back and not making the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, and the score now 43 for 2 after 4 of Kadeep Pander. It's going well. 35 off 17 to him. Ratnadeep Vagela just 2 off 2, so they're doing it well here so far, Rupert. They've lost 2 wickets, but this partnership's certainly rolling along.
You have guys taking runs in front of the close fielders, that means they're a little tricky, and there's huge gaps in the field. Now we see a change of bowler. We see the keeper is just getting his helmet ready, and they're trying to turn the spin to try and stem the flow of runs.
This is an important man for Manitoba. Amrinder Dillon, they rely on the captain quite heavily, but they also rely on Amrinder Dillon during the middle overs with his left arm spin. He's got a best of 3 of 17, Rupert. They can use that today.
I'm looking at the field for this one, and I can't. Once again, he said left hand spin, and for some reason, looking at this field, okay, he has to try hard to keep him on the upside still.
Rupert, this is something to keep note of. They have 3 men out. It's still the power play. They have 3 men out.
Is it still?
It's still a power play. We're in the 5th over.
The umpire's not onto this. Oh, he just put the man in. Maybe they were hoping.
There we go. They were awake to it. I was a little bit more awake to it, but they were awake to it. They got to it in the end.
Once again, he's going to tight field.
Turn and bounce. Amrinder Dillon. He's a tall man, Rupert, so he's going to get some of that. And as we've said it over and over again, this is a dry surface. It is a used surface. He's got to make full advantage. He's got to make him play here.
And he has the luxury of finally having 4 men on the left side. There's a man. Point. Cover. And he's cut. Oh, just short of the fielder there.
He was on the hunt. He was in the play. Was Harpreet Singh. But just falling short of him. Again, that's something. Vagela, can you get this to the offside? There's nobody deep. There's nobody deep on the offside. Can you find a way to get that there?
There he looks testing. Here he comes. Gets it up. And no, tip back to him. Brilliant catch. Cut and move.
We said, can he get it over the offside? And he tried to get it over the bowler, not to be Amrinder Dillon. We said he was a tall man. Sticks out that left mitt.
It was a long reach up there, but he got it. Brilliant catch.
Marinder Dillon might be maybe a basketball player in his days, Rupert. He got up there high and he
That was a
stuck his left
rebound.
hand out.
That was a rebound. He did a good reaction there on that.
And then again, Jatinder Palmatari, the captain, he'd be happy with this over. No runs coming off it, but more importantly, another wicket down for Saskatchewan as they're now 43 for 3 after 4.3.
And it was at the stage where Manitoba needed a wicket at Saskatchewan's run rate. And the only way you can stop them is to take wickets because their run rate is right up there.
Yeah, their run rate's good, but again, we're still in the power play. So as the field spreads, we'll see how they do. But right now, Upkirti Pander, the important man, he's still out there. And a lot falls on his shoulders now.
And Saskatchewan is keeping the target in check. It's 97 needed and 93 balls. They will be happy with that. If they can keep this down, keep the target in range until the last couple of overs where they can give it a final push, they would be happy with that.
Yeah, certainly happy, but they'll be happy right now with that third wicket. 3 men down. We've said it a number of times now, Rupert. Saskatchewan, they feel their strength is their bowling, not their batting. But they've got to do a job with the bat today.
They've been batting at a brisk pace. I would be surprised when you see the strength is the bowling. The batting look very strong right now. They're losing wickets, unfortunately, but their rate of scoring is healthy.
Yeah, certainly a healthy scoring rate in the power play. So they've done it well in the power play here so far. And really, thanks to Upkirti Pander, he's 35 off 17. The other 3 men have fallen cheaply.
Dillon trying to get Manitoba back into the swing of things. He's bowled a tidy over so far, picked up a wicket as he settled back on his bowling mark. New batsman of the crease. Can he handle the bowling of Dillon? So far, no one has. Dillon delivers. Tossed up, forward defensive stroke.
Yeah, it's Nishant Bhargava. Nishant Bhargava in. He does have a high score of 61. Rupert, so they could certainly use that. He averages 21. They'll take that as well at a brisk pace. But Upkirti Pander, the important man now for Saskatchewan.
Dillon back to the bowling. Here comes Dillon. Delivers, tossed up again, and is driven to cover. It's a very good shot.
We said there was no one out there, Rupert, and this one's going to find the boundary. So Nishant Bhargava opens his account with a boundary through the offside. And that's a brilliant shot on the up.
It was a brilliant shot, but Dillon is still doing a decent job. Picked up a wicket. It was a nice shot. Found the gaps between the fielders.
But I will say, I would like that man out on the cover boundary, spinning the ball away from the right-hander. Entice him to play across the line. Entice him to try and hit you over the leg side, especially with this ball spinning on this dry wicket. I'd like the man from deep mid-wicket in. Get that man out on cover. Maybe that man at square leg instead of deep mid-wicket.
Here comes Dillon to try again. He's restricted. He's only allowed 2 fielders out. He could use a third fielder out, as you mentioned. It would be nice to have someone out there, but he does not have luxury. He delivers. And he beats him. He clean bowls him. What a comeback.
After that boundary, he told his keeper, it's okay, we're good. He knew something we didn't know as he gets through Nishant Bhargava, and Bhargava's got to go. And that's 4 down now in the power play for Saskatchewan.
It's always good to see when a spinner beats the defensive stroke. It wasn't an aggressive stroke. Batsman looking defensive, but he got to the defensive.
It looked to be the arm ball there. The one that went for 4 was a stock delivery. Decides to come back with the arm ball. Nishant Bhargava, just too good for him on that occasion.
It was excellent bowling from Dillon here. Dillon has come onto the bowling, and besides that 4, the overall scoring, he looked almost off player, but the batsman couldn't handle his movement, and he's proved that even after got hit 4, he handled it on ball.
Yeah, that 4 and that over, Rupert. The only scoring shot. 2 wickets, however. That's the important figure for Amrinder Dillon. He's 2 for 4 off his 1 over. Saskatchewan now 47 for 4 after 5. They're going at a healthy run rate, but 4 wickets down.
They're in a rush to lose wickets, a rush to score.
Absolutely. And remember, one thing we talked about in the last innings, Avaljit Sandhu, that last over went for a few. He gave Manitoba that momentum going into their bowling innings, and they've certainly carried on that momentum coming into this bowling innings, taking 4 early in the power play. They'll be over the moon. But now another important man. It's not the former Prime Minister of Pakistan. It's not the former captain of Pakistan. It's not the Trinidadian spinner, but it's Imran Khan from Saskatchewan.
Can Imran Khan do it? Saskatchewan needs a partnership. They had a good scoring rate, but that over of Dillon went for 4, but it picked up 2 wickets.
It's going to be more spin. More spin. Jatinder Palmataru, the captain, seeing what Amrinder Dillon did, saying it's time for more spin. Harpreet Singh, he was expensive in his spell. He went 1 for 26 off his 2, but now it's down to Shivam Sharma.
What can Sharma do here? The batsman is striking at a good rate. I think the strike rate right now is 35 and 17 balls. He's the danger man. Manitoba what can he do against him? Shivam delivers and he guides it to. Oh, misfield there. Gives up a single. He thought he had it covered, but a little bit of spin on the ball.
Yeah, finding the outside edge off his first delivery is Sharma. So we said, what can he do? He started off well, and importantly, they've got Pander off the strike and the new man Imran Khan now to face.
Imran doesn't have much time to settle because after losing a couple of wickets, doesn't want to change the momentum here. Don't want to go too much in the hole.
Yeah, certainly not. And the last over the power play. So he's got to find a way to keep rotating the strike. Get off strike. Give Pander. Let him face the spinner.
Delivers. Oh, and unfortunately, he just opted up for a gentle catch.
That's the last thing Saskatchewan needed there.
They're in a rush to lose wicket or score runs, and right now it's losing wicket.
What I'm not understanding here, Rupert, is the required rate is just over 6. They just need to run a ball from here on fourth, and they win this game. Instead, they're still looking for boundaries almost off every delivery.
I think that's just the way they bat.
Yeah, possibly, but you've got to adjust. This is cricket at the end of the day. There's a reason we play on different surfaces. There's a reason. There's a reason we make field changes. There's a reason there's different bowlers. They've got to adjust.
They have to adjust, but as I mentioned before, we haven't seen some necessary adjustments being made. It's like the plan, they're given a plan initially, and then when things change, the adjustment doesn't seem to come. Like, they're losing quick wickets right now. You should be looking to consolidate and then relaunch. But instead, we've seen everybody's trying to go. If I was the batsman on the other end, what's the batsman name on the other end?
Gurdeep Pander.
Pander, who is hitting the ball well.
He's going to a strike rate of 200.
He's going to a strike rate of 200, but he's losing partners quickly. He should be asking them to just hold your end for me. Let me hit.
Yeah, just get me on strike.
Exactly, just hold your end. But instead, the new batsmen are coming in and also trying to hit when Pander is going at over 2 runs a ball. You need to get him on strike and let him do the damage. He looks capable.
Yeah, he certainly does look capable. And the new man in, Zoib Khan, he did a job with the ball, Rupert. He's got a job now to do with the bat.
Now, Zoib should be looking to rotate strike. Hopefully, he's gotten the message. We saw a conversation between him and Pander at the end of the crease here. He's facing Shivam. Shivam delivers. Edge outside there, but at least he gets a single. He should actually go for 4. It races to the boundary. That's how fast this all came here as the ball races to the commentary booth.
Misfield by you as well, Rupert.
Yes, it was. I was trying to play a little bit of football here, but as it races to the boundary and they lost sight of the ball under the desk. But I didn't expect that to make it all over the fence.
No, it's a short boundary right here at the commentary end. And it's a fast outfield, a dry outfield as well to know. Again, not a lot of rain.
But that interesting. Should give the batsmen some confidence.
100%.
You don't need the big strokes here at all. Shivam delivers. And once again, he pushes it to mid-wicket, no runs. Doesn't need a big stroke at all.
That's the first ball off the face of the bat, Rupert, off Shivam Sharma. He bowled 3 balls before this, finding the outside edge on all 3 occasions. At that time, finding the bat.
It should make the batsmen cautious, but they're not. Oh, outside the off stump. No shots played.
Getting across, taking LBW and bowled out of it is Zoib Khan. Again, there is protection on the leg side, long on, deep mid-wicket. Looks to be like he's trying to go that way.
Here comes Shivam. How you doing? Tosses it up, and it's straight towards cover, no runs. Shivam is doing a good job with the ball here.
Certainly, and that's the over. The last 2 overs, Rupert in the power play, only going for 9 runs, but more importantly for Manitoba, they picked up 3 wickets between them.
The spinners, Dillon has come in, and Shivam has come in here. They're doing a good job for Manitoba. But can Saskatchewan...
You recognize these guys right there?
Pander out.
That's good.
The score now 52 for 5 after 6 for Saskatchewan. They need 88 runs off 84. Rupert, just a run a ball, just over a run a ball.
Run a ball, but the batsman that's going is being starved of the strike. His partners should be trying to rotate the strike and get him on pen. Pander has been hitting it well, but he's not seen a lot of balls.
No, he certainly has not. Just 18 deliveries to him. He's on 36. So he's got done majority of the damage here for Saskatchewan, but he's losing partners at regular intervals, and he's got to find a partner. Who's the man that's going to put their hand up for Saskatchewan and stay with Pander?
The current batsman should be the one putting his hand up, and he should be telling them, let me go at it. You just rotate the strike to me.
And then Brendan Dillon, 2 off 4. Incredible figures of 2 off 4. He's going to come in for a second over now.
And here he is. This might be the match right here. Dillon to Pander. Delivers. Oh, inside edge onto the pad.
I like this from Pander, using his feet, not letting Dillon settle. Again, that's something that he's done well so far in this innings. He's gone after almost every bowler, but now after the power play, all the men out on the ring, Rupert, the gaps in the infield have opened up, but not for the boundaries.
Dillon is doing well here. He has a slipping pace. He delivers, and Pander tries to come out of the crease, tries to get off striking. Couldn't, unsuccessful.
That's a dry surface, Rupert. You just saw that big puff of dust coming up as he was looking for that single, and he had to turn quickly. So again, there's something into this for Dillon. We said this dry surface was going to have a say. It's having a say right now.
And Manitoba is turning the pressure up now. The dot balls were increasing. Saskatchewan looking to get on with it, but Dillon is keeping them in check. Here comes Dillon. Delivers, and Pander waits. Tosses up, and he tipped it back. Almost a return catch. Just short of Dillon, a diving Dillon there. Picks up a single.
Good effort from Dillon. He's putting it all in for his team now. He's sacrificing. When I played cricket and baseball younger, Rupert, we always looked at the people's jerseys. Are they dirty after the game? Did you put in enough effort? And Dillon, he's got his jersey dirty.
Oh, he's showing the effort. Dillon is doing an excellent job for his team here.
Certainly doing a job. But again, it's Zoyplan. He's 4 off 4. He's got to stick it out there with Pander.
Arslan, I'm looking at Zoe not playing aggressive stroke. Dillon is on top here. He should just respect that and lead the strike into Pander. Here comes Dillon. And he plays it gently back to Dillon. Well done.
We were critical of Bataru's captaincy early, Rupert, but this time, seeing the new man, he's brought another man in the circle, so building the pressure here now on Zoyb Khan.
Dillon in. And stroke to mid-wicket, no runs. Dillon doing an excellent job.
The one thing they can't afford to do here is let this innings just meander along. They've got to rotate the strike. They've got to find a way to get back on top.
And they're trying to rotate the strike, but Dillon is on them. Here comes Dillon again. Runs in, delivers outside the off, but there's a pack offside field. He cannot penetrate any of the defense.
And so upon a lot of effort, but not much execution on that occasion, as the score now 53 for 5 after 7. And that run rate now creeping up closer to 7.
And
7 runs
Dillon
required.
is doing a job with the ball. What's Dillon's figures?
He's 2 for 5 off 2 overs. So he's just gone for 1 run in that over.
It's excellent bowling. It's not just the fact that they cannot score from him. He's looking threatening at every time he bowls.
And his partner on the other end not doing a bad job either. 1 for 5 for Shivam Sharma off just the lone over. He's going to continue. And again, important for Manitoba here. Again, not just to go through the motions. They're going to want to keep going. They're going to want to keep taking wickets. Take this out of reach. And the important wicket they're looking for is that wicket of Oakwood Pander, as he's now on strike.
There's some pressure on Panda now because their run rate is starting to dip. There's been a lull in the game. The men are on the boundaries, like a border patrol here. What can he do? This time he just dabs it past point, picks up a single.
Yeah, there's a man on the boundary, and I like this from Mataru. Has the men out for Upgrade Pander saying, we're not worried about you. You get off strike. We're going to bowl to the new man, Zoyb Khan. And just as we say that man from extra cover coming in, long off coming in as well. There is still long on back, deep mid-wicket back, and deep backward square leg. So there's plenty of cover there for him, but nobody out on the offside.
It will serve them well to play small ball right now. Zoyb has to rotate the strike. Here comes Shivam Bulls. And it cuts the point. They didn't take the single. All now they do is a bit of a fumble. They needed that single.
They had a tight ring on the offside, so they'll be disappointed. We said that. They have to be tight in the ring. And letting Zoyb Khan get off get off strike there. Inukradeep Pander
The field
now
is
back
slip.
on strike.
The field is slip. I don't believe he should have fouled after that slip. Game balls short. Oh, was an opportunity there. Yes, he got a single. But that was a short ball. He should have looked in to pull it over mid wicket. But instead, he pushed it out too long on. Picked up a single.
You're a kinder man than I am, Rupert. I'm not blaming him for the slip. But again, you got to be tight. I still like these. Still have a slip in place for Sharma, so still looking for that wicket. Still looking for that outside edge. And Zoeb Khan now, he's got to find a way to get off strike.
Zoeb facing pitch stop. Oh, Zoeb beats the keeper and it races away from forward.
Much important boundary, and it's going to go down as buys. We saw this in the earlier innings. I said I won't bring it up too much, but I will bring it up this time, as this time 4 more runs to the Saskatchewan score, and that's an important boundary there for the total.
It's really unfortunate, that's them, because they did build the pressure, and it's almost like letting the pressure off there. They can't score off the bat, and they skip to them 4.
Shivam Sharma not too disappointed, however. He's finding the turn. It does present an opportunity, so he's got to keep going here.
They're tying up these middle overs here. Shivam delivers, and he tries, but no good connection. Should pick up a single.
Amrinder Dillon is out there on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and he's lucky. He's lucky, Zoeb Khan. He didn't connect that one, or else that would have fallen right into the lap. It's a big boundary out there. It's going to require a big hit.
The spinners have been trouble in Saskatchewan. They've come onto the middle overs, and they've tightened up ship here. Here comes Shivam delivers. And once again, he just pushes it forward.
I like this for Pander. He's just trying to get this innings going. Just slow things down here a little bit. Consolidate for a few overs. He has a score now, 61 for 5 after 8. Shivam Sharma 1 for 9 off his 2 overs, but Amrinder Dillon, the danger man, 2 for 5 off his 2 overs. He looks like he is going to continue. But again, Pander going well, 39 off 24, 4 boundaries and 2 sixes. Zoeb Khan yet to really get going, but he's still there. 6 off 10 for him, 1 boundary to his name.
At this stage, Saskatchewan should be looking to consolidate. They shouldn't be too worried about the run rate right now. 79 needed and 72 balls if you're looking at only 79 runs needed. There is fine. But Dillon and Shivam have been very tight with the ball.
They certainly have been, and I mentioned this when Amrinder Dillon came to the attack. He's one of the 2 men that they really look at. Jatinder Balmatar, the other. Amrinder Dillon, the danger man from Manitoba.
Here comes Dillon. Pitch stop. Left the wall outside the off stump.
Looking for a wide, but he did walk across his stump, so not to be on that occasion. But this is good stuff. Good bowling from Amrinder Dillon. He's been impressive so far in this spell.
Very impressive. At this point, they're not targeting his bowling at all. He's very impressive. Dillon delivers outside the off stump. That one was more wide than through the back of the pocket. Saved the wide.
I was going to say, he wanted the wide on the previous delivery. This time ruins the wide for himself, as that's another dot ball to Amrinder Dillon.
Here comes Dillon. I predict he's going for the arm ball here. So most of this wide ball was a setup. Dillon delivers. And he's going a little closer. It cannot be that offside field. It's a pack offside field. Another dot ball. Pressure keeps mounting.
Yeah, he might be better off just walking across the stumps. Make Amrinder Dillon change his line of attack. He's doing it too easily here so far.
I think he might be better off respecting the bowling as Dillon is on top. Dillon delivers. Pitch stop. Batsman trying to create some runs. They're chipping on the wicket. Same result. Another dot ball.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. That ball was there. He could have met it on the full. Instead, Yorking himself. And another dot ball. You see the field start to spread a little bit now at the end of the over.
Dillon delivers. Pitch stop. And he goes deep between the fielders. Well hit, 4 runs.
Yeah, that time in the gap. Zoeb Khan, it was in his slot that time. Just Amrinder Dillon going a little bit straighter on that occasion, and Zoeb Khan, that's the delivery he was looking for. Deposits that through mid-wicket for 4 runs, 1 bounce 4. And maybe that's what he needs, just to inject a little bit of enthusiasm into his innings.
I have to feel for Dillon after bowling such good deliveries. He seemed to leak a 4 randomly.
Yeah, he's been unlucky, but we saw what happened last time he got hit for 4.
Let's see the return of the on ball. I think he saw the on ball nicely. I wouldn't blame him for trying it here. Batsman is waiting for turn. Deny him that turn. Try the on ball. And that one went straight through.
And nearly another wicket for Amrinder Dillon. Playing a miss from Zoeb Khan. So again, a decent over. They did find the boundary, so they're managing one way or another to find a boundary and over. But the one thing they're not doing in that over specifically is rotating the strike.
Dylan should not be too disappointed by that over. He's still bowling a tidy spot here.
Yeah, definitely a tidy spell. He's gone for 9 runs off his 3 overs, but he's picked up 2 important wickets. Zoe Khan still out there. The score now for Saskatchewan, 65 for 5 after 9, Rupert. That required rate, they're sticking with it. They're going at 7.22. The required rate just under 7 runs per over. But importantly, Upkardeep Pander, their main batsman, he wasn't originally in the squad, Rupert, but he's becoming the number 1 batsman now.
There you go, and he's facing Shivam. Shivam is doing a good job also. I think Pander is the key to Saskatchewan's batting. He has to continue scoring. Shivam in, delivers, and just pushes the point, take a quick single.
And again, I like this strategy from Manitoba. They have the field spread for Pander. They're saying, get off strike. We're okay. We're doing okay. We want to bowl to the other man. And now you see the field just starting to tighten up to Zoeb Khan. What are his options?
I think he just take it easy and take the strike. Back to the ball.
There's plenty of turn there from Shivam Sharma. And again, I said this last over for Dylan, but I'd love to see him walk across the stumps here and look to play that down the leg side. And Upkardeep Pander has to see another man go. He's been watching all the damage from the non-strikers end. And Zoeb Khan just being enticed down the track. Well-flighted delivery, but that spin getting through him. And the keeper there, well up to the task. Quick on the stumping is Vasu Shah. He's quick. He was trying a lot of things with the bat earlier, and now doing the job here behind the stumps. That's what they have to do. They're 66 for 6 now after 9.3. And they've got to find a way. Pander's got to face almost every delivery. It's almost going to be similar to Test match cricket now. Can you face 4 balls and leave 2 to the other man? Is it too early to say that?
It's not the right to get it the way he's striking, but he's being started with strikers. You have to get him on strike. I also have to say the body language of Saskatchewan it's almost like they don't feel confident they can win this game.
And they got to find a way here. Upkardeep Pander, he's going well, but he needs a partner. He's watched all the damage from the non-strikers end. He's now got his 7th partner in here with him. And Shivam Sharma picks up his 2nd. He's got brilliant figures as well. He's 2 for 10 off 2.3. The other man doing the damage, Amrinder Dhillon, he's 2 for 9 off 3 as well.
This is a conversation Panda needs to have. It goes like this. You block, I hit.
Just find a way to get off strike. Give me the strike.
You block, I hit. All you have to say to them, you block, I hit. Right now, it's a procession on the other end, and he's being started the strike even though his strike rate is high. He's not getting the balls he needs. I think he probably only faced 20 balls in this inning.
25 balls, you're correct. 25 balls. He's on 40. He's hit 4 boundaries and 2 sixes in that.
Shivam delivers. Pitched up. Oh, I feel for a leg before, not also the umpire.
The new man in, Faisal do that. Again, we said he's played for Gujarat in India. He's now playing for Saskatchewan. His last over went for a few. He's going to make those runs back here. But again, Rupert, the run's not a real issue. It's the wickets.
The wickets are the issue. They're losing wickets quickly. They need to rotate the strike, get Panda back on strike. Oh, but he goes for the big hit. Finds the gap. It's a big swing, but I'm not a fan.
No, and you can see the wicket. I don't think he wanted to play that to mid-wicket. But that spin just dragging him across. And because it's slow, it goes to mid-wicket. Upkardeep Pander now.
His momentum is being broken by the lack of strike. Here he's facing Shivam, and he plays a nice shot off his leg, picks up a single.
That's what he wants. He's going to keep the strike here at the end of 10 overs. Saskatchewan 68 for 6. Rupert, they're going well from a runs perspective. The run's not an issue here. They're going to get there if they can bat out the 20. But rather, it's the wickets. They're 6 down already at the halfway mark of their innings.
And it needs to keep having that conversation with the non-striker. keep talking to them. He needs to be the coach out in the middle there because he can't afford to keep losing partners.
A little bit.
Something strange just happened there. You notice
You
that?
and I are on the same page, Rupert.
The batsman went to the wrong end. For some reason, Panda was giving up the strike. When he worked so hard to get the strike, when he was walking away to the wrong end.
I'll tell you this. I saw a game earlier this week, Rupert. There was 2 runs off the final delivery of the previous over, and that same batsman faced the delivery off the first the first ball of the next over. So strange things happening at the National T20 Championships.
Dylan delivers to Panda, and he drives it nicely. He's working his way to the ball, picks up a single.
He's doing his job here as Pander. He's doing a job for the team. He's staying out there. He's putting his hand up and saying, I'm the man to get us over the line, but in order to do so, he's got to find a partner. Will Duda be the man?
I want to see Panda actually lose his cool until like stop playing rash shots. Just hold your head for me, please.
He needs a partner, but Amrinder Dillon into his final over now. He's going to want a third.
Dylan has done an excellent job with the ball. Here he comes again. Delivers outside the off stump, and the batsman just hangs it flat out there. Not what you want to see when you hold in your hand.
That's the other thing with his wicket, Rupert. With a dry surface like this, it's not easy to get your innings going. It's not easy when you first get out there.
It's a slip in place in a catching position. Dylan should be excited as he comes again to bat on. Delivers outside the off stump again, and once again he just hangs that bat dangerously out there. Not convincing defense. Dylan is getting excited. You can see it here, looking for his third wicket.
You wanted them to dead bat, Rupert. They're dead batting it there from the other end. They're pretty Pander.
They don't want him to hang the bat out there as Dylan comes back in. Outside the off stump again, and oh boy, he got away with that big slash. Edged over slips.
He was aiming for us here, Rupert. He was aiming for us. Lucky for him, just getting over the slip's head.
So he couldn't read the bowling, and his next step was to take a big slash.
That's what happens again when the pressure builds, and the pressure then tells. And it did there for Duda, but he's still out there.
Plus Saskatchewan, Panda on strike, pitched up and he goes hard. When he could hit it like this, unfortunately, there's a man in the deep that cut it off, and this may be it.
We said pressure tells, and pressure told there for Upgradeep Pander, and he's got to go. He's played well in his innings. Could that be the final nail in the coffin for Saskatchewan? Manitoba picking up the important wicket of Upgradeep Pander.
It's unfortunate that he was starting to strike so effectively that when he did get it, he had to try to give it a go, and he perished through the man.
Yeah, he's got to go. He looked to be the only man that was ready for this fight from the batting innings, and unfortunately for Saskatchewan, he's got to go now. So the score now 70 for 7 after 10.5. One delivery to go, and we said Amrinder Dillon would be looking for his third. He's got it now, Rupert.
He's bowling excellent spell. For his entire spell, he's tried the batsmen, tested them. Saskatchewan trying to break the shackles, but they couldn't do it against Dillon and Shubham. The spin duo has tightened up this game. They were scoring at a healthy rate, but once the spin duo came in, they just tightened up the game.
And Rupert, again, we said the pressure told. I'm a little bit disappointed in Pander. I would have liked him to just watch off Dillon, watch off Sharma. They've got to find 8 overs from somewhere else after these two, and those might have been scoring opportunities, but instead he perishes. Just one delivery net left for Dillon, and picks up the important wicket of Upgradeep Pander, and now they're in a real hole here is Saskatchewan.
This shot might have been indicative of the fact that they keep losing wickets at the other end, so you want to score at every opportunity you have. Right now, Dillon, he's bowling so effective. Spell has not given up many runs, and he's picked up 3 wickets.
Yeah, Manjit Sidhu now the new man in. We've seen him hit a big ball. I saw him hit a few earlier on this tournament. They're going to need some of that here today.
Dillon wrapping up his spell. Can he get a 4th wicket here? Here it comes. Delivers, tossed up, left over to the outstump.
And that's a brilliant, absolutely brilliant spell from Amrinder Dillon. 3 for 11 off his 4 overs. Picking up 3 very important wickets, and he'll be none bigger than that last wicket in the last over of Upgradeep Pander. The score now 70 for 7 after 11. Manjit Sidhu yet to get off the mark. Faisal do that 2 off 5. This is task getting tougher and tougher for Saskatchewan.
The spinners have taken the game away from Saskatchewan. They've done an excellent job taking the game away. Do we have a change of bowling on the other end? Or is it Shivam still for his last over?
No, it's going to still be Shivam Sharma. So he's got 1 over to go. He's 2 for 12. Between the two of them, they've only gone for 23 runs in the 7 overs that they've bowled. Aminadilla and Shivam Sharma, but they've picked up 5 important wickets for their squad.
They have to slip in place. Delivers. Last time the outcome left alone.
And the difference now, Rupert, is we saw the field back for Pander, but now the field in 2 new batsmen. The field's going to be in for both of them.
Shivam delivers. Tossed up. Stifled the field there. Almost at the umpire.
Yeah, and LBW is going to be tough on this wicket. There's just way too much turn there for Shivam Sharma.
Shivam and Dylan has been virtually unplayable. All boundaries came off, but all in all, batsmen operated on well. As mentioned, 7 overs between the pair.
As we say that turn, we see a leg gully in place here, Rupert.
Shivam in delivers. A little bit more pace on that. He appeals. A little more confident this time. Umpire not interested.
Staying outside the line of off. And that, again, with that amount of turn, it's going to be difficult. It's very difficult to get an LBW. It's either, if it hits him in line, it's going to be going down leg. If it doesn't, if it's going to hit the stumps, it's probably hitting him outside the line of off stump.
Once again, it's another dot ball. Shivam comes back. Shivam delivers from short, but not well connected. Even the loose ball is not being handled.
No, it's not being put away. And again, Saskatchewan can't let this innings just slowly go along. They've got to find a way. They've got nothing to lose. They're playing for 5th place here. You lose this game, you're going to fall 6th, so nothing to lose here. You're going to be in 6th place. And this time, hit high in the air.
There's a field on there. The field in play. He dropped it. He bobbled it. It went up high, and he bobbled it.
That's unfortunate there for Shivam Sharma. It looks to be Arvinder Jabal there with a drop catch. Played all right with the bat. But now putting that one down, and they'll be disappointed. We said they got to keep going, Saskatchewan. Faisal will do that, trying to hit the big shot. Only managing to sky in the air, but luckily for him, he's still out there.
Yeah, Shivam is doing an excellent job. He should be disappointed with that, because that was the reward for his efforts here. But here comes Shivam again. Delivers, tossed up, and this time well connected. Car's in danger now. 6 runs.
Manjit Sidhu, I said it a little bit earlier. He can hit a big ball, and he does so on that occasion, getting off the mark with a 6. Shivam Sharma could have had a wicket in that over. Instead, gets hit over the boundary for 6 off his last delivery. The score now for Saskatchewan, 77 for 7 after 12.
He would be very disappointed. Instead of getting a wicket, he gets hit over the boundary for 6.
I said at the beginning of this innings, Rupert, Jatinder Paul Mataru has Sonny on the back of his shirt. I'm still wondering where Sonny comes from with his last name Mataru and his first name Jatinder Paul. But he likes to bowl the last 4 overs of this innings.
Maybe
so now.
Maybe no matter what his name is, he just kept calling him Sonny. We have Sonny and we have Happy. Can Sonny make them happy?
I was gonna say I set you up, and now I'm kind of upset that I did, because now I'm gonna have to hear these puns all day.
Let's see. It is a sunny day. They have a player named Happy. We got Sunny. We got Sunshine. Manitoba versus Saskatchewan. We're at King City, Ontario, Canada National T20 Championship, and Sunny rushes in. Ooh, that one stayed low. Hurried the batsman there.
A surprise delivery from Jatinder Paul Mataru. He doesn't bowl a lot of full-pace deliveries. He does bowl a lot of variations, and he's likely to bowl a lot of variations on this wicket. The wicket will help him. So we'll see how he likes to use this, but he doesn't have much to do here. He just needs 3 wickets for his team. And the required run rate now, Rupert, going up over 8 runs and over.
I'm not calling him Jatinder. His name on the back list is Sunny, and Sunny rushes in, delivers outside the off stump, another dot ball.
The other thing, the match sheets that we get has his full name, Jatinder Paul Mataru. But on the app that everyone's seeing, in that ticker at the bottom, the players put the names in themselves. And what did he do? He said Jatinder Mataru, but in brackets, he put Sunny there, Rupert. So
There
He
you
wants
go.
us to call him Sonny. We'll call him Sonny.
We'll call him Sonny. Let's go, Sonny. Here comes Sonny. Rushes in. Oh, wide ball. Look at he took some pace off that, but didn't get the line right.
Yeah, we said he's going to bowl a lot of variations and tries that one there. Just failing there. So, again, not a lot of pressure. This innings just slowly meandering along. They've got to find some way to inject some energy into this innings. Do Saskatchewan. Who's going to be the man?
The spinners have sucked the light out of Saskatchewan. But this time it's a piece of Jatinder drives. Oh, and he rushed him on the pad. That looks good. Confident appeal.
Maybe a little high, maybe sliding down leg. Again, we're on a little bit of an angle, so tough to tell. But the umpire, he's got the final say, and he says not out. But importantly, Faisal will do that off strike at the non-striker's end. And now Manjeet hit that last ball, the last over for 6. He's going to keep going here, I think.
Doesn't look like it's going to be easy against Sonny. He's rushing in. He's varying the pace.
Canadian international Jatinder Mataru, Sonny as he's affectionately known, and Manjeet Sidhu just walks away. So false start. We'll try that again.
I think somebody's walking behind the bowler's arm.
It's Mr. Mike Henry. He's got that bright shirt on. So if he's anywhere near that sight screen, he's going to cause some issues.
Here comes Sonny. Delivers, pitched up and swing. He took some pace off that ball. Batsman couldn't time it right. Swing and a miss.
Again, he's not going to be an easy bowler to face on this wicket. A lot of variations from him. And on a used surface, again, not quite knowing what that ball's going to do off that wicket. And Manjeet Singh not up to the task on that occasion. And again, we're seeing some more issues there for Manjeet. All's well. He's ready to face.
Sonny rushes in. Bowling well so far. And he's pitched up. Oh, the fielder did not see the ball. Didn't react quickly. Made it to the fence.
And again, on this wicket, that full pace delivery, a lot easier to face than the slower balls and the cutters as he's bowled well. They haven't gotten any off the cutters, but that time, full pace, he puts it away, deposits that over mid-wicket. Another 4 runs to the total.
The fielder in the deep probably did not see the ball off the bat and reacted a little slowly here. Couldn't cut it off at the boundary.
$58 runs required off 43. Just 3 wickets required for Manitoba.
Cuts it to covers, picks up a single.
Yes, Manjeet, he's looked aggressive. He's hit a 4, he's hit a 6, he's off to 11 off 5. That's what they need. He seems to have put his hand up. And again, there's a couple more issues.
Looks like he's having an issue with his shoes there.
Again, and that's something to keep in mind of, Rupert. A lot of these guys not used to wearing spikes, not used to playing on turf. But they've played all week on them. Should have figured it out by now.
I think it's too late. If you haven't figured it out by now, you're not going to figure it out before the tournament is over.
$82 for 7 now. Apologies, $83 for 7 now off 13 overs. And again, the required rate is getting up there, but Manjeet Singh Sidhu, he looks up to the party. He's come to the party well here. He's going to need to keep going if Saskatchewan are going to have a chance here. Faisal will do that. He's still out there. He's been lucky so far in his innings, but he's still out there. As we're now going to see another bowling change. It's going to be Moaz Kazi for Manitoba. So more spin. I will say, Rupert, I'm not a fan of the backwards hop while bowling, but more than that, he's got to do a job for his team.
I can see the batsman is having some equipment trouble, and the run rate, as you see, is going the wrong direction. Saskatchewan needs to find an answer here. They cannot leave it until it's too late because pressure changes game. So even if it doesn't seem like a high rate, but the momentum, when it's not going your way, it changes game. You can't suddenly go from scoring at 4 and over to jumping up to 10 and over or flip of the switch. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And more importantly, their wickets, that's the problems right now. But they got to put that out of their mind. It's down to these two. Forget about losing your wicket. You got to keep going for these runs. Find a way to get 8 runs and over every over. 1 boundary and over.
Delivers. Oh, and he turns it away. Backwards of square. Should pick up 2 here. Well done in the field. Gets it back quickly, but not before to pick up 2 runs.
Yeah, and we said Manjit Sidhu, he started off well, and he's going to continue in that same vein. He's maneuvering this field. Moaz Kazi, he's got to back up his off-spin partnership. I'm sure will bowled a brilliant spell. It's down to Kazi now.
Here comes Kazi, delivers, pitch drop, and he goes. There's a man in the deep, but he's not going to get to this. It's calling for 6.
That's a big boundary there, and Manjit Sidhu, strong man, deposits this over square leg. So once again, we said he started off well. He's going to continue in that same vein. Manjit Singh Sidhu.
Can he do it for Saskatchewan? They need someone to inject some impetus in them.
Yeah, certainly need that impetus. And Manjit Singh Sidhu, he's 19 off 7. Gurdeep Pandya looked good early, but now Manjit Singh Sidhu, he's looked good. Where was he all along, Rupert?
I'm not sure, but Kazi should be trying to get the ball, get on the outside. Here he comes, and once again, it seems like he's trained towards middle to leg. He would do better to keep it on the outside.
Yeah, certainly there is a little bit of assistance there for him. He's got to take full advantage.
Kazi delivers, and it goes deep again. Same place, but there's a fielder in time. He's in play, and he takes the catch.
He's got to go. He's got to go. He looked good. He's trying to do a job for his team, but that's what you need to do at this time. You can't slow down. You got to keep going. And Manjit Singh Sidhu, it's the kind of batsman he is. He hits a few, but now he's got to go trying to clear that big boundary at the deep mid-wicket end. And Amrinder Dhillon with a simple catch. Didn't have to move.
Didn't have to move. Saskatchewan is losing wicket at regular intervals. Their scoring rate has not been bad, but they have not been able to maintain the pair of the crease.
No, and they've got to go. Faisal Dudat, he struggled in his innings. He's still out there, however. He's 3 off 13. Saskatchewan 91 for 8. Just have 2 wickets to go.
It's not a 91 for 8. It's not a big answer in terms of the run rate, but they need to keep wickets in hand.
Wickets in hand. They don't have any left, Rupert.
Well, the spear here will be the decider.
Yeah, we'll look to see who the new batsman is. It's not. I can tell you it's not Sarmal Anwar because he's about twice the size of Harpertop Sandhu, who's in. And Harpertop Sandhu, he has batted up the order in this tournament so far, so I'm surprised to see him down at number 10. But again, he's one of those cricketers, a very busy cricketer, is Harpertop Sandhu, and he's got to be busy here. His team certainly needs him.
Kazi in big gap by the umpire, and he goes for that gap, just as I called it. Huge gap, should pick up 2 runs.
He's quick between the wickets as well as Harpertop Sandhu. And we said he was going to be busy, and he started off well, getting down on one knee and just paddling that fine for another 2 runs.
It was hard to ignore that gap because it's a packed outside field, but it's a huge gap backward of square. It's a big outfield here. There's only 3 players on the leg side, mid-wicket, cow corner, and long on. And now we have a fielder going to the backward of square position. Here comes Kazi. Delivers, turn to mid-wicket for a quick single.
That's what they need. Just find a way to keep going. They've got runs off this over. 11 runs off this over, so they've got the runs that they require off this over. But they've got to find a way to keep going. And that brings us to the end of the over. So 11 runs coming off. The score now 94 for 8. After 14 overs, Harpertop Sandhu has come in, and he's looked busy from ball 1. He's 3 off 2. Faisal Dudat, he struggled out there. He's 3 off 13. But now it's going to be the captain, Jatinder Paul Mataru.
And who will be looking for wickets?
Well, he started off well, 5 runs off that first over, so he'll be happy with that. But he's got 2 wickets to go, and he wants to take both of them.
And he's facing a new batsman.
The new batsman, Harpertop Sandhu, on strike. We said he was going to be busy. He started off busy. The field starting to be spread for him. There's a man at third man. 5 legs in the ring, 3 men out on the leg side, a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and deep cover out as well. So there's only 3 men in the ring once again, and now third man being brought up. I had to check myself there. I said all the men that were out on the boundary, Rupert, and I realized I said 6 of them.
Here comes Sunny. Delivers and finds the gap again, picks up a single.
This is good stuff from Sandhu. Again, we said the same thing about Sidhu. Where was he? I got to say the same thing about Sandhu. Where was he?
He's batting like a top order batsman right now. When you have these combined teams, sometimes it's hard for batsmen to bat in that position. You might have 3, 4 opening batsmen.
We did see him bat early on, as we see Sonny run in.
Sonny delivers. Oh, he got him. It was a gentle push. Got the edge.
Slower ball puts Faisal Dia out of his misery here, Rupert. He struggled out there. He was 3 off 14. He's got to go now.
I think this is the game. I think Sonny has sealed the game for Manitoba.
He's got one more to go, and he's going to be captain to captain. Sarman Anwar. He did a job with the ball, but now he's got a tall task. He's a tall man. He's got a tall task with the bat.
You know, Aslan, when I see the bowler from the top end being sent to field all the way over on this side, I thought to myself, maybe Sonny knows this is going to be the last over of the game.
Yeah, certainly. And I think he wants this to be a last over. Again, this is a long tournament, 5 days. You have matches every single day, so it's been a long tournament. And Manitoba will be disappointed playing for 5th place. Saskatchewan will also be disappointed playing for 5th place, but in the end, you got to win your final match. And Manitoba certainly looking well on top and well on the way. Just one to go now to finish in 5th.
And they're looking to wrap it up here. The captain is a tall man. I can see Sonny looking to start off with a Yorker.
He wants the captain. He wants to take the opposing captain. And I can tell you, Rupert, he's played 21 matches. He only has 20 runs. And his high score is 6. So okay. I'm not going to say don't expect too much from Sarma that
coming up here comes Sonny delivers. And it is a Yorker, but he missed the line. He missed it and went down the leg side here.
Yeah, so again, it might have to come down to Sandu. And you mentioned him a while ago, people batting out of order. But Sandu is batted 5 in this tournament in the earlier matches. So again, I would have liked to see it. But again, Saskatchewan knows something that we don't. Harpersop Sandu, he's still out there, however. Would like a nut out next to his name.
Sonny delivers to the captain. Forward defensive.
Slower ball from Mataru. So he went for the Yorker and then went for the slower ball. He's going to want Sarma Anwar to go after him. He's a big man. He's got long levers, so if he connects, it's going to go, Rupert. Where'd you park your car? He might be in danger if he connects with one.
I would like to see Sonny go for the Yorker here. There's a long way for the big man to get down. And Sonny would like to see him slide that Yorker under the bat. He's back to his mark now.
Yeah, I'd like to see a slip in place as well. Just got to keep going for these wickets. One more to go.
Here comes Sonny delivers. Forward defensive. Oh, mix up. He got back in time.
Making things look a little funny out there as, again, looking to go for that run, but a lot of indecision. So Sonny bowling a good spell here for his team. He's 1 for 8 off 1.3. And he's going to be looking to end this innings off here.
Here comes Sonny, rushes in. Jumps, delivers. Oh, forward defensive with a dead bat. Not trying to score right now, just preserving his wicket.
Yeah. Jatinder Paul Mataru doing well here, Sonny. He's mixing things up well. And doing a job for his team. We said he was going to come in the end. He's held himself off almost every single game for the last 4 overs from this end.
I think he should play him out. I think Samad should wait for the spinners and give the spinners a go, but he should play out Sonny here. And that's exactly what he did. Didn't try to score up him.
No, he didn't. And they're going to take their chances against Ghazi, it seems. Ghazi going for 11 off his first over. The score now, 97 for 9 after 15.
And Ghazi is running from one end of the field to the next.
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting another over as he tried to close up his team.
No, certainly not. But again, Saskatchewan, Harpertop Sandu. Would have liked to see him in earlier. He looked busy. We said it's a little bit of David and Goliath out there between the two of them. With Harpertop Sandu, can't be much over 5'5", and Sarma Anwar well over 6 feet. So, but now Moaz Ghazi, backwards hat still on Rupert. He's going to bowl to Harpertop Sandu.
Ghazi taking it easy. He's casual, keeping the cap on. Here comes Ghazi, delivers. Pitches it up, driven back towards Ghazi.
They've got to find a way to keep going here. They've got to find a way. Again, there's nothing to lose. You're going to finish in 6th if you don't get the runs.
Ghazi delivers. Gold pitch. hits it hard over the bowler's head, but it's a field game. They're going back for 2. They rush it back. Good runner from Lamont. Appeal for run out, but no chance there.
We said he's a tall man. Again, that was about 4 strides, and he's over. So again, a quick between the wickets to start my Lenore. And has this Harper top Sandu. Sandu just looked good. Good running between the wickets. They're inching to that 100 mark here, Rupert. 99 for 9.
Here comes Kazi, delivers short. Oh, missed out there.
Missed the stumps as well. Slow through the air from Kazi. Really enticing Harper top Sandu here.
Kazi delivers. Outside the outside again. Left the one white signal by the umpire.
And he's going to have to bowl that one again.
Wrestling, this score is slowly inching up, and I think a couple of blows here, it changed the game.
Yeah, it certainly can. And as I was just mentioning a little while ago, you've got nothing to lose. If you don't get these runs, you're going to end in 6th. If you go for it and get out, you're going to finish in 6th. So nothing to lose.
Pushes it up, swings, and got the bottom edge.
Q end. A little bit of pool action out there. Lots of spin on that one. But as I was saying, Rupert, you go for it. You've got that chance, a sliver of hope, even a 1% chance to win this game. You've got to keep going.
I think they will be going for it. Here comes Kazi, delivers short again.
Harper top Sandu giving it his all, just unable to make contact now. And the 100 is up. The score now for Saskatchewan, 100 for 9. So they need 10 runs and over. That's what we were asking for in the Manitoba innings. Go at 10 runs and over from here on in, and that's what they did. They got to 140. And now Saskatchewan are going to have to find a way to go at 10 runs and over to get to this score of 140.
Trying to go at 10 runs and over, facing Sunny would be a little difficult. Ahmad, he hasn't tried any aggressive strokes so far. Is he going to give it a shot now? He's running out of time. Here comes Sunny. Delivers, and he's in the block hole. Managed to pick up a single.
He's happy with that single as well. He wants nothing to do with Sunny. He's just walking across. So happy with that single, Sarmalano. He gets off the strike. I said don't expect much from him. Harper top Sandu. He's going to have to do all the scoring here for Saskatchewan.
As Sunny rushes in again, trying to wrap this in enough. He delivers and left alone outside the off stump.
I'm asking for a slip here, Rupert. 1 wicket to go.
There should be a slip as he tries to wrap things up. He walks briskly back to his run up. Looks like a man is full in concentration. Trying to wrap things up as he rushes in. Jumps, delivers. Left alone. He's turned up outside the off stump. Needs to slip in place.
It's a leg spinner.
It's almost like a leg spinner here. He needs to slip in place.
That's turning square. He's rolling his fingers across that seam, and that ball is turning square. It's not going to be easy. You said it wasn't going to be easy. It's going to be extremely difficult. Next to impossible to try and get 10 runs on. He's bowling like that.
He had no slip in place. Here he comes again. Rushes in. Oh, the outside edge of the bat.
Oh.
They're not scoring off his bowling.
A run-out chance, which is hitter Paul Mataru. Didn't see it coming, stuck out his right hand, and just snags that one. So again, he's bowling well here, is Sunny. Not many runs coming off his bowling, but again, able to keep him out.
Here he comes, delivers, and he pulls it to square. There's a man in the deep, picks up a single, maintains the strike. Samad will have to block this ball out.
You think he's got to go for it?
No, he has to block this ball out.
They got to find runs. They got to find runs one way or another.
Can't score off Sunny. He needs to block this ball out. Here comes Sunny. Delivers. Oh, no. He did try to block, but he found the edge.
You go for it. You can find the edge. You defend. You got the edge, and that's the end of the match.
He needed to block and give the strike to the other batsman. He did try to block, but he found the edge. They tried.
Saskatchewan all out for 102. Manitoba wins by 37 runs. And again, we saw that impetus at the end of the Manitoba innings from that man, Avaljit Sandhu, proven to be the difference. He scored 32 off 15.
Manitoba played well. They came back good in the bowling. the spinners in the middle. Dylan should pretty well seal the game for them. This is Rupert Albert.
Yeah, certainly. And Rupert Vander started off well for that 42 off 28. But the task too tall after he fell, and they're all gone. Amanda Dillon 3 off 11 off his 4. Shivam Sharma 2 off 19 for his 4. Jatinder Mataru 2 for 10 off his 3. All bowlers getting a wicket. Now Marshall and Kadir, and we're signing off as Manitoba finishes in 5th. Saskatchewan falls to 6th. We'll see you again, and the only one game left now, Rupert. It's going to be the final, Ontario versus BC. Tune in.
Thank you. We'll see you then. Batters are dead.
Done?
But that's one.